Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Greetings, everybody.
Hi, Priyanka.
Sorry for the late start, but somebody's circadian rhythm is off. and literally showed up 2 seconds before we were about to start the show.
Sometimes I get them cramps hard.
I read Tracy Lord's whole book while I was on the bowl just now.
Oh, so wait, so were you on the bowl?
Yeah, it really was. It really
or
was.
2 minutes? Like what?
I don't even know. Probably 2 hours, close to 2 hours.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
I'm a reader. I'm
Are you kidding? Nobody can shit. Nobody can sit on a bowl that long.
I'm not actually doing that. I'm reading.
It's just about quality me time.
It is
quality me time. All you have is quality me time.
Yeah, it's a special kind of.
It's a
and the dog scratching at the door. Hey, you
Crazy
okay
Robin's
in there?
right. I've been very ill.
Okay?
She's right. I've been sick for 10 days.
What do you mean you've been sick for 10 days?
Yeah, I think I had COVID. I got it from Dennis in Florida.
Bastard.
I did.
Dennis
I was
doesn't
sick for
believe in
10
COVID.
days. If you want to hear me on the last Deppening, it's as bad as anyone's ever sounded trying to do this. My voice is so hideous. Yeah, maybe do it tomorrow, like as a joke. Bon Jovial's supposed to put a compilation together.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Well, thank you, Bon Jovial, for hosting yesterday's show.
Thank you.
Thank you. I am back, and yeah.
Sara's in there.
And so joyous and so wonderful. I smell Arms Bowl from here.
Look at Sara chiming in.
Look at you. Look at you. Okay, so let's see. I wanted to start off today's show with a couple of things that were going on that are from our website. So let's start with first things first. This comes to us via Devil's Delight, and it is about Artie. And how Depeche Mode was amazing. And that Artie is back on Cameo now and looking really as strange as ever, to be honest with you. I'm not even really sure how to process how he looks. And I don't even know. How much is he charging? Does anybody know? Like what the cost is for?
I don't know. I can look it up. See.
Can you look it up while I'm playing the clip?
I will try.
Okay, so here's Artie. At least he's shaved, says, oh, Jesus.
I guess when we figured he was going to get, I don't think Jack Kirby could fix that nose by now.
Uh-oh, I think I lost. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Everything can be fixed.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Sara, what's up? It's Artie Lang. How you doing?
Got this for Sara, John?
I hear you're a huge fan. Well, thank you so much for doing
Let's say it.
doing God's work and supporting me. That's right. I heard you and your old man Justin are going to Vegas on Thursday. You're degenerates. You're staying at the Bellagio. You're going to gamble and drink. Well, what the hell else is there to do in Vegas? I've been to Vegas plenty of times, and look, if you gamble too much and drink too much, look what you get. A flat nose. So listen, there it is. So listen, have a good time. Be careful amongst anything else. Be careful, Sara, because we love you. We love Justin, and we want to make sure you're doing okay. All right. The Bellagio is a good place. Good brunches at the Bellagio. I've had a few of them over there. So check it out. Check out the shrimp dinner. Check out the free booze. Check out the free rooms if you gamble enough.
Check out the
If you gamble too much, they'll give you a free room. If you drink too much, they won't give you anything. So forget about it. All right, listen, Sara, I love you. You and Justin have a good time. Be careful in Vegas and be cool. It's Artie Lang saying be good.
So it says it's currently temporarily unavailable. Follow to be notified when he's back.
Well, Sin Lu says it was $150. Okay, so this is up on his site, but he's not actually taking.
I mean, I'm on his site right now, so.
So curious. Like, it does look like he got some sort of work done, or is that just a byproduct of how the nose?
Dude, you know what that looks like? That looks like someone's dick after they jump into a pool too cold.
I'm talking about the lips and the.
Oh, he has lips. Oh, thanks for pointing that out.
Yes. So here, I kind of made it. I highlighted it in one of the posts because the shaving job he did was pretty shocking. You know.
Oh, jeez, poor Artie.
Yeah.
Okay, well. Sure.
Okay, yeah, that's all I can say.
Chuck Zito's fist after a gambling debt. He sounds lucid. I will say that. He sounds okay. But it's like, I don't think he's have to read dialogue that shitty since Benji was writing for him. That cameo's written out for him, right? Verbatim. He's reading it from like a...
No, actually, the way it works is you only get to say I think it's kind of like Twitter where you can only say like 150 characters or something like that. So you have to get
really?
everything you want to say in, and then you let them ad lib a little bit.
Okay. I thought you'd write the whole script out for him.
No,
You know,
no.
I just saw someone say, "How come Mr. Whisker should do one?" We actually, after going through like some of the people on Cameo, and they're literally like, with little kid in back of stereo commercial,
Yes.
back in 1972. Like,
Yes.
literally, they're like, man, we would have totally done a Mr. Whiskers thing as a goof, but it's already like the bar's so low that Mr.
The
Whisker
bar
would
is so
actually
low. I mean, now that there's like TikTok
not even
people,
close to the bottom of people on Cameo.
yeah. Oh, Dennis is running a little bit late. He had a
That's
thing
how
to
you
go to
imagine
tonight.
I look. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
I feel the love.
Who said that?
Howie's fluffy duty. Thanks, bro. You know what? Like my self-esteem isn't low enough, man.
Exactly. Yeah, just kick him,
Jesus
kick him into the
Christ, man.
fucking curb. That's all.
Exactly.
So okay, yes, Gretchen, I'm not wrong. It does
Monster.
look like he had some work done, like something happened to him. Like I could almost imagine.
Honestly, he just looks like he gained weight and he
Yeah.
filled out.
It kind of
I mean,
looks like he
honestly,
was
I mean,
cutting
what do I know?
blow and like sliced his lips with like a razor, so he had to get them all like redone again or something. You can't go lower. It just looks a little weird to me, but yeah, nonetheless, that was
Sure,
I guess
I
the
mean-
last thing up there for him. And
He looks like he's
Mark
chunked
Hamill.
out since the last time we saw him. But I mean,
yes. Oh my God, Witzwork says it's sad. Jackie's listed under Whack Pack on Cameo.
Oh my god.
oh, dude,
That's,
you know what?
that's crazy.
I've lucked out because I have quite a few friends that are on Cameo, and it's just like it says it suggests someone based on who, and it's oh man, it is literally like the bottom rung of humanity.
I'd be happy to do cameos for you guys for free. Just write to me, tell me what you want me to say, and I will do one for you. I can't imagine anybody would want that. Anything from any of us, to be honest with you. All right, so let's do the wrap-up show thing.
Really, you would do that?
Yeah, I would
My
do that.
uncle has a black clock that would love you to do a video about.
Your Norm Macdonald cameo X is probably going up exponentially since the
I
posthumous.
know. If that was an NFT, man, we would have cleaned up. It's like
It
a
wasn't
million
that
views on
long
that.
before he passed away, right? It was like a year
Yeah,
before he passed away.
yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to find
He
it.
wished
a
me
weird
luck
death.
with the win the lottery and stuff.
That was so cute.
Yeah.
See,
After he
I had
died,
the-
that thing blew up.
Oh my God. Well, I posted it like 2 seconds after he died. So it was literally one of the first things to come up when you put in Norm Macdonald dead. And oh, look at us, dashboard. Congratulations. You've had over 2 million views.
Yeah,
That's my
right. How
new
many
ch-
views did that get? That's on Gunk's thing, right?
Hold on. I'm going to it right now. Let
I
me
wonder.
see.
That's such a fucking thing that would go nuts with views because it's short.
It's really weird when your birthday card has 2 million views. It really is kind of weird, man.
He's
It
got
really
a
is.
weird, beloved thing. I didn't realize how popular
Dude,
he is.
No, even before obviously since he died, when he died, I used to fall asleep to his weekend updates, man. If you go on YouTube, there's dudes that string together every single one of them.
Yeah,
It's
I think I saw that
6-hour
too.
video,
Yep.
and I would just listen to that for almost a year, just fall asleep to that.
Just in case any of you missed it, I had gotten this for Xavier. I don't even know how many years ago now.
It's been a couple of years.
He
Well,
colors
a
his
minute.
hair, right?
right before
His hair was
within a
white,
year. Yeah.
and he went on The View, and he colored it brown on The View.
It was
Like, right
definitely
after
within a
this.
year of his death.
Okay,
For sure.
yeah.
This is when we did this.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Hey, it's Turd Ferguson, and I'll take Ape Tit for 200. It's a
Oh,
funny name.
wow.
No, it's Norm Macdonald. It's not. It's Norm Macdonald. And listen, Xavier, I got asked by Monique if I would make a little video for you to wish you a happy birthday. So happy birthday from Monique, who calls herself your partner in crime.
Yes.
Which I don't want to know about because then maybe I'd be abetting or in your crime. I'm not really sure what that means. But she is your partner in crime, Monique. Also, she wants you to do one thing. Win the goddamn Mega Millions, would you? So that you can retire? Already? Jeez.
I like those sunglasses he has on.
How
Hey,
cute
it's-
is he? Aw, how
Dude,
cute.
he was awesome.
Are those transitions he has on? That kind of amber vision
It
transitions?
did look like transition.
Could be. Dude, the dude was awesome.
You
Yeah,
must have
rest in
loved
peace.
your two worlds colliding in that Saturday Night Live writer's room when he was smoking in that shitty season in 94, 95, and Ian Maxstone Graham hit him with a water pistol, and he jumped over the table and knocked him out in the middle of it. Ian Maxstone Graham, Monique, is the executive producer of The Simpsons. So after that, he ran to The Simpsons after Norm knocked him out in a writer's room.
Jesus
It's a great
Christ.
story.
Wow. Okay, so we wanted to get to one of the topics at hand today, which is that this was on Reddit today, and somebody posted it on our site, and then for some bizarre reason, I got like a shit ton of PMs and DMs about it. I don't know why. I thought it was kind of weird, but okay. So Chaka Khan says Stern staff will be flying Spirit Air to Miami. They are not flying Spirit Air. That was
Man, they
just
ripped us
something
off. Man,
cheap.
people
Yeah,
always rip us off,
that
dude.
ran away. No, that ran wild, that Spirit Air joke.
Yeah. Okay, Gary just said
creditors
that the
us, you
staff.
bastards.
Hang on. Gary just said that staff have to pay for their own flights if they want to go to the Miami shows. Okay, so this was on Reddit. It was one of those things that everybody picked up on, and then Scion Z made like a breaking news kind of thing on his channel and posted it on our site. And so I immediately went back to it to hear it, and it was kind of okay. So you guys be the judge, because I want you to listen to it. And there were a couple of little tidbits in the wrap up show thing that Gary did yesterday. So I think that he just, as Gary is wont to do, stupidly misspoke a little bit, even though I kind of understand what he was trying to say. But you listen and you be the judge. Okay,
I
so
speak in Delanese, so I should be able to interpret this.
so something I
Perfect.
realized about the wrap-up show is that they're finally, which is shocking to me, I guess, maybe somebody gave them a clue that they should be doing this, but they finally are actually playing clips from the show on the wrap-up show, which is something they never used to do before. Do you remember?
They had long time.
For a long, long time. And so, okay, so let's take a listen to it all together, and let's see what he said. Here we go.
But Ronnie is, in essence, semi-retired, meaning he doesn't drive Howard anymore. So he's just a character on the show now. So does he think he's being invited to Miami for his personality and bubbling? Of course, anybody who's going to Miami has to pay the toll. And the toll is, like, even I'm going out with Blit at some point to do something. The toll is you got to go do something for the show. You got to pay your own way there. And Ronnie paying his own way there is, I'm just laughing thinking about, like, I knew him and Promo were going to work out. I didn't realize they were going to one of those outdoor beaches.
So basically, I think what he was trying to say is that you have to pay the toll. Like and you'll hear it in the next clip as well. What he's trying to say is you needed, in all those meetings that they had to go to Miami, you had to make it worth their while. You had to do something compelling enough to make you worthy of going. Ida says, Mo, could you call my sister and explain to her why she's wasting her time being an Howard Stern super fan? Super fan. She will not listen to me.
That's a good show idea, Ida. We have her on, and
I will call her.
yes,
I will
yes,
call
yes,
her
yes.
live on air if you want. I think that would be really, really fun if you want to do that. All right, so let's go to the next wrap-up
This is
show
gonna
clip
be sweet.
so that you can listen to the rest of this and see the other shit that he was saying about it. Basically, that the writers need to have material in order to be considered to come down there. So all the writers wrote bits that included themselves. Here we go.
When they were talking in that clip about writers' meetings, right? I'm sure in a writers' meeting, your job is to come up with the best idea you can, no matter who it involves. But I will bet there were a bunch of people in those writers' meetings who came up with ideas that involved them to make sure they were on the list to go to Miami.
Like I said, there's lots planned. It's going to be 3 days live in Miami.
So they all had to write up things showing what they would do. Hence the stupidity of Sal getting bread eaten out of his asshole by a seagull. And what you didn't hear was Gary is going with Jonathan Blitt to try Cuban food for the first time. But of course, hijinks will ensue,
Yes,
and
yes.
it'll be something, you know,
I'm going to
completely
use my fingers,
stupid.
boss.
So, okay, so this is why I'm saying I don't think that they're actually paying their own way down there.
No,
Apparently,
it sounds like
He
he said
says
both.
pay his own way. How do you misinterpret
meaning
that?
pay my own way by
no,
saying
Mo,
I have to do something that entitles me
I
to being there.
completely understand what you're saying, but to me, it sounded like he said, one, you need to basically be worth taking there for, as a
Yeah.
bit, and you have to pay your own way.
Yeah, there's
So
no
there was
getting
an
around
and.
that.
Yeah, I didn't hear it that way. I heard by pay his own
Well,
way,
play it again.
meaning
He
Play it again.
firmly
I will.
said they're paying their own way.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
not misinterpreting that as
Okay,
any.
the way
No,
I
it
heard
was-
it is that by paying your way
Mo,
means
we
that you
know
have
what
to
you're
do
saying.
bits.
But there was an and.
Okay, let's listen. Let's listen again. Let's just
Absolutely.
But
And everybody
Ronnie
be
is,
quiet.
in
Go for
essence,
it.
semi-retired, meaning he doesn't drive Howard anymore. So he's just a character on the show now. So does he think he's being invited to Miami for his personality and bubbliness? Of course, anybody who's going to Miami has to pay the toll. And the toll is, like, even I'm going out with Blitt at some point to do something. The toll is you got to go do something for the show. You got to pay your own way there. And Ronnie paying his own way there is...
is
I'm just
doing a
laughing
bit.
thinking about...
Ronnie's way of paying his way there is by doing a bit. That's what he's trying to say, that they're paying a toll. And Ronnie's paying of the toll is to do some stupid bit with Jonathan Blitt doing a workout at the beach, at one of those stupid beach gyms. Okay, that's what it sounds like to me. You guys let us know in the chat what you think, but
Yeah,
that's what I
mean,
got out
I
of
got
it.
no dog in this fight, so
I don't ever want to give him benefit of the doubt in any way, shape, or form. Or like, how does that become currency? The horseshit on this show, and why can't they do this awful garbage? You know, this is going to be this dumpster fire sketches. Why can't they do it on the real show? What are you waiting for Miami to do this stuff? Why can't you concoct this crap while you're doing in New
They
York?
do concoct this crap. It's just that nobody pays attention to it. I mean, remember what was it? Was it Brent who said, you know, they are constantly coming up with skits, with ideas, but you know,
Yeah.
like such a small percentage of it actually gets into the show. I do not agree that everyone is paying their own trip. I do not agree. I'm just telling you. I don't think it would be. I don't think that staffers would have to do that. So let's listen to the Benji clip and why he didn't make the cut. Hang on.
yes. I
Benji
have
made the
something
last
to-
trip to Los Angeles, Gary. Benji not making the cut, kind of a big deal.
So not making the cut means that, you know, he could have paid his own way if that's what they were saying, right? So you can't say that it's okay. I'm picking at lint on the bottom of my fucking foot. I
It's all
understand
good,
that.
dude.
I understand that. Okay,
Kind
so
of a big deal. How does the show change that he doesn't go? How is it a big deal, Rasan? Explain to me why that's a big deal.
well, the whole thing is
what changes?
apparently they brought so many people with them to LA that
Yeah.
they got in trouble for. Well, listen to the rest of the clip. Here we go.
That's so strange.
Yeah, in all fairness, the trip that we took to Los Angeles back in 2019, I don't think there were any cuts. I would go as far as to say we might have brought too many people with us. So this was more like we can't take everybody with us. And I don't know whether Benji was able to come up with an idea that merited him being down there. And I think that's one of the things, you know, you talk about at SNL, you know, if you want to get yourself on the air, you got to write yourself into a sketch. And so I feel the same way. Like everybody's doing what they can to make their bit be funny. Like I'm doing a bit with a bit. I don't even know if it's a bit. Blitz said to me, "What do you want to do? Is there anything you want to do in Miami?" And I sent him a list of things. And one of the things was like, I've never had authentic Cuban food. I want to go to an authentic Cuban restaurant.
Okay, this is
You know how in sitcoms and TV they say when you do an amp, you have to act like somebody's watching the show for the first time, and you have to exposition some things and explain. So you think if somebody's just tuning in, you can't say Blit to anybody. No one knows who he
Nobody
is.
knows who
I
he
think
is.
you have to give an absolute biography of who this piece of shit is every time you say his name. You can't just say Blit.
But
to-
you know what?
to
You don't
people
even
listen
have to give an explanation because nobody
Okay.
cares who he is.
That's
Like,
true.
It's
That's
just
true.
like
First of
saying
all-
I'm drinking water right now. It's like everybody knows what that is. Nobody really cares.
A couple
you
of
know?
thoughts here.
Yeah.
One, he lives in New York where there's plenty of Cuban food. So that's not
That's
an
true.
issue.
It's probably better than in New
Second of
York.
all, and I know no one's really thought about it. Reddit, please credit me. Rick's Cabaret is like 15-minute drive from the studio,
Yeah.
and I think Ronnie's gonna get like a pseudo bachelor party for himself at Rick's Cabaret. while
Oh,
he's down
that's
there.
interesting.
Interesting. It seems like an obvious thing to me.
Well, yeah.
It's like a 15-minute cab ride to Rick's Cabaret.
Interesting
So
theory.
Stephanie, is that his girlfriend? Hey, bro, he's going down to Miami to go to Rick's Cabaret behind your back.
Well, maybe it's not behind. I feel like she's one of those chicks that really doesn't give a shit.
I
Honestly,
don't know.
he's
I
always
don't
been that
know.
guy. He's always been that guy.
Okay.
the
I do
Saturday
like the
Night
idea.
Live is
And
You know what he's gonna
it's
do?
out of control.
He's gonna go F some whores. That's what he's gonna do, Stephanie. While he's in Miami.
It's-
You know
They
what?
really think they're SNL now. It's come full circle. They're almost
you know what?
completely from. It's
I'm gonna say that she's about to get married. I think she would care at this point.
I think
It's a
Ronnie's
little
not going to
different.
change.
Before,
he's
he was just a sleazy
74
old
He's
man.
72 years old. He's not
But now
going to
he's a
change.
sleazy old man, and she's got to show up for his wedding.
I don't think she cares. I gotta be honest. Okay, Josh
Okay,
Foster, I
okay,
hate that you
okie
super
dokie.
chatted us with this comment, which means I am forced to read it. Mo, please recount one of your drunken nights with Kissinger at the Latin Quarter and speak slowly. I'm almost there.
and try to work in Simon Rex when you do it. Try to pretend Simon Rex was there.
I'm sorry, I do not have those tales to tell. I never went out with him at night. I only went with him to, I think we went to, oh God, what the hell was the name of that restaurant? It's like on Park Avenue and 52nd Street. It was his favorite place. He had a table like every day at 12 o'clock.
ever in trouble in Palestine, give him this card.
Okay, let's listen to the final clip from the wrap-up show, and this was like a curious little insight into Howard's interactions with the staff. Here we go.
Howard hasn't seen a lot of the staff in 3 years, Gary. I asked you in the promo. I need the answer now. Who do you think, aside from Ronnie? We know he's excited to see Ronnie. Who else is Howard looking forward to spend some time with in person?
Well,
All right, who do you think he says?
JD.
Xavier?
I don't
Is
know.
there more than one name, Monique?
I am not going to give you any clues on this one.
I don't know.
JD.
Play that again.
Samantha.
All right, here we go. I'm not going to force you to guess this one. It's stupid.
well, I mean, that's a relative statement when you say spending some time in person with, because there's nobody on
You
our
know what I
staff that
mean.
Howard's going to spend any time with except while we're working.
You know
what
what I mean.
So I know that he's endlessly entertained by Chris Wilding.
That's all he's got. So he doesn't spend any time with them off air at all.
Right. That's great. That's synergy. Phenomenal team unity. I love
Correct,
it.
Lauren Marie. You hit the nail on the head. Howard doesn't care about or want to see any of them. Yeah,
Of course
no, he
not.
doesn't care.
They're
Absolutely.
civilians to him.
I know.
Yeah,
I think we were just talking about this yesterday. I don't think I was on yet, but I don't think Robin's going either. I think it's kind of curious. She hasn't mentioned a single word about it. So who knows? Who knows? I want to come back here just for a really quick second and talk about the Miami shows. And thank you, Rupert Pupkin, for giving us the press release. SiriusXM Miami new state-of-the-art studios will officially open on May 1st with a special week of shows and performances, including Howard Stern's first ever live broadcasts from the Magic City. Operating from the heart of South Beach, Howard will be joined live by music and celebrity guests during a 3-day series of shows, May 1st through May 3rd. So it's kind of curious. There's a whole list of who's going to be there and what they're going to be doing, but none of these have anything to do with Howard's show.
Right. They're not necessarily guests, but they should be. Like Bon Jovi and Andy Cohen are on 3 times a year.
Okay, right. So Hits Uno will debut across the airwaves from the Miami studios. Best of pop, reggaeton, dance, and viral Latinx music from around the world. As we suspected, Bad Bunny, Becky G, Bizarrap, blah, blah, blah. So Monday, May 1st, Bon Jovi New Jersey album special. John Bon Jovi will take SiriusXM subscribers track by track through Bon Jovi's legendary New Jersey album to celebrate its 35th anniversary. Joined by SiriusXM host Mark Goodman, John Bon Jovi will discuss songs including Bad Medicine, I'll Be There For You, and more. So that's not a Howard-related thing, right? So
How's that a Miami thing?
I was thinking that too. Bon Jovi's
Nothing.
the opposite of the antithesis
When I think
of
Miami, I think Bon Jovi.
exactly.
yeah.
You know, it is.
Put John Cougar Mellencamp
It's a
down there
Palm
next.
Beach thing because John has a place down there, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yes,
and everybody's supposed to know that?
No, you're not supposed to know
Nobody
that.
None
knows
of
that. I didn't
our
know that.
civilian business.
And I'm hip to the jive with this crap, and I don't
You're
even
not
know
into
that.
the jive. I'm shocked.
Yeah,
Okay, then
just saying.
Tuesday, May 2nd, Andy Cohen live. Andy Cohen to host a special edition of his daily SiriusXM show live from the SiriusXM Miami studios. To be joined by special guests, including John Bon Jovi. So there's the crossover promotion. Still no mention of Howard, weirdly enough. Pitbull interview. Pitbull will sit down for an interview with DJ
Mr. Wig Wide.
K5 and Raquel Goldie on his exclusive SiriusXM channel, Pitbull Globalization. Pitbull will discuss his new single, Jumpin', featuring Lil Jon, new bilingual album, and surprise upcoming mega tour. And then Wednesday, May 3rd, Bailey Zimmerman. Who the hell is that? Bailey Zimmerman will perform an exclusive and intimate set live from Miami studios, hosted by the Highways' Anya Hammer. Special event will feature a sit-down interview, as well as Bailey Zimmerman. I don't know any of these people. Don't even care. It's me, Tinks. It's me, Tinks.
Oh, God, help me.
Tinks will record a special Ask Me Anything episode of her Sirius podcast in front of a live studio audience. Again, nothing here has anything to do with... Oh, and then Friday, May 5th. Sorry, forgot about this tie-in with Priyanka Chopra.
Yes.
Jonas Brothers Hits 1 Celebrity Session. Jonas Brothers will perform an exclusive and intimate set live for the SiriusXM Miami studios, hosted by Hits 1 Miami's Mac and Jen. Special event will feature a sit-down interview as well as the Jonas Brothers performing music from their new album, entitled, appropriately enough, The Album.
So scary.
So brave.
You know what?
So
Every time I
amazing.
see them, for some reason, I keep thinking that they did Bop.
Bop. Who was that? Hansel?
Yeah.
Hansel.
Hansel.
But for some reason,
It's
I was thinking
Hansel.
these guys. yeah.
Miami special Salute the Sampler with who? DJ Khaled, Uncle Luke, Trick Daddy, and Trina. Show will break down, blah, blah, blah.
DJ.
Khaled. Okay, so that's what's going on. So there is nothing here. And see, Howard Stern launches XM's new Hollywood studio complex with star-studded lineup. They gave the list of all the people that were going to be on the show. I think it was Radio Gaga said that she believes that Aerosmith will be on with Howard on May 1st, and they are promoting a worldwide tour or something like that. So the belief is that on Monday, Aerosmith will be in.
By any chance, is the proceeds for this tour going to Steven's legal bill for that statutory rape?
I was
thing
thinking
that
the
he
same
did right
thing.
now?
He's a statutory
He's up on
rape,
charges right now, or he's being
yeah, it's
sued.
a big story, Monique.
Who
the
is?
last
He's
couple
being
of months.
sued.
Steven Tyler.
Tyler. Remember that
Tell me
girl
the
that he
story.
married, that he adopted? You know?
Oh,
when
the
she was
one
like-
when she was 14 years old, and then he took her
think
in
it's one of those broads
like
is
Elvis.
Pull
suing
up the
him.
story, Monique. See if you can find this. It's everywhere.
I remember us
Wouldn't
talking
be too
about
hard
it.
to
Okay, hang on.
find.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
everywhere.
Go I'm gonna
And
go
it
check
seems
right now.
legitimate. She seems like the broad's got her receipts. And Howard tries to distance himself from all his Me Too statutory rape friends. It's very difficult to believe he's going to go through with this.
Howard seems to have very rapey friends. for some
Oh
reason.
God, there's a list.
Not
we
saying
have
anybody
on
in particular, but he seems to have very rapey friends.
It's in the 200s now. I think Sara compiled it. She's the curator of the list.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You know, I remember us talking about this not too long ago. Steven Tyler had a 14-year-old girlfriend. Her parents signed her
Signed her
over to
over.
him.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's a bizarre thing that your parents would do that to you. But also, you had parents who let their
It's
kids...
the 70s, bro.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you had
they-
parents
Come
who let
on,
their
man,
like
age
of
8-year-olds
Aquarius.
sleep in Michael Jackson's bed, for God's sakes. I mean, parents do this shit. It's so fucking stupid. He was 27 at the time, dated and did drugs with Holcomb for 3 years before they eventually broke up after her unplanned pregnancy, which resulted in an abortion. He returned her to her parents at 17. I think it's absolutely insanity. It's just
Here
insanity.
you go.
So how does one sue for that
She's being. There's a civil case. I don't know the
40
details.
years later?
I just know
or
there's a
whatever it
civil
is?
case.
It's just kind of crazy to me that you would be able to even sue. Yeah, I guess it's a civil case. and she probably just wants to give him
She
shit.
probably saw this gaggle of statutory rape cases coming up in the Me Too generation and thought, I'll hop on the bandwagon. I got something here, and I got my receipts, and I don't care about the statute of limitations that this was how many decades ago, and I'm getting some.
Yeah.
And it's vile, right? He gets a pass, and we're worshiping him all the time.
Yeah,
All
but
these dinosaur
not
rockers
anymore.
have
Many
this-
of them,
yeah.
so many
many.
of them did.
He's getting sued in an elevator, living it up when he's going down.
What were those girls known as? I can't even remember it right this second. They were known as something. They were
I'm with the
something
band.
bunny.
Oh yeah. There was
There's
you're
a
right,
name
you're right.
for them, and there's some that are really popular back in
Yeah,
the day.
no. Yeah, it's like super groupie type of stuff,
Yep.
but there was a name for it.
With Aerosmith when I was 11 years old. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
There's really
Jesus
bizarre, incestuous pictures of him
that's
making
like-
out with
that's
Liv
wrong,
Monique.
man.
He's got like holding her close, and he's tongue kissing Liv.
Who?
Tyler.
Plaster casters?
Steven,
is that what it is?
His
Steven
daughter.
with who, babe?
His own daughter.
Oh, with Liv?
It's like this creepy, incestuous shots of him,
Oh.
just like cupping her from behind and dry humping her and tonguing his own daughter. It's like a whole collage of it.
I don't know. I think it's super creepy and yeah, whatever.
Whoa.
Whatever. Jason, thank you so much. What are you doing, crazy boy? I'm canceling my subscription. You guys have the rest of what I would have paid
He's
this
helping him pay
year.
for Mr. Whisker's legal bills.
Oh my God, you are awesome. Yes, that will take care of drugs for him.
She looks 7 months out.
All right, so yes,
Put that towards Fred's Spirit Airline flight to Miami.
exactly.
Oh, by the way, I looked it up, and it's $200 to fly from New York to Miami round trip.
Round trip.
Round
Wow,
trip?
Why not? Why not?
I just
paid
looked up for
more-
the cheapest flight.
I paid more than that one way from here to New York. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, there's probably like 80 flights a day.
Yeah, I guess.
There's
It's
a new
going to
video
Miami.
on the internet right now
Yeah.
of some lady on Spirit Airline, and I'm not joking. They're using duct tape to fasten the cowl of the engine as they're about to take off.
Why?
I don't know. How we get the F off that flight so quick?
There
She's
is
like, I
no
don't know.
part
It
of
might
me.
be some of that special airline tape, but I don't feel good.
Take New Jersey.
I'll put it up later when I find it again.
Okay,
It's just
okay.
amazing.
All right, so let's get into today's show now that we have wasted an inordinate amount of time on Howard. Okay, I don't know what the consensus was for everybody, and I don't know how to make a poll right now. Oh, can you make a poll on YouTube?
Make you a
Where's
poll,
Bon Jovial? I need a poll on YouTube. I need to know. I need to know what people think, whether
He's still
he thinks
recovering
that
from yesterday.
people are paying for their flights. But I think
So
not.
the bottom line, Monique, what does this Miami do for anybody? What does it do for the consumer? What does it do for you?
Not a damn thing.
does
Absolutely
nothing.
nothing. Not one subscriber will happen. What do they want to gain from this? I have no idea. And why Howard's not associated with that ad you just read because he thinks he's too good for it, or he wants to be paid extra, and or he has absolutely no idea what this dumpster fire is going to do yet.
How
So he
about
has
the
nothing
fact
to
that
talk
it's
about.
probably been open for the last like 2 months, and it's because it's easy for him, and he's right there.
And he just decided that, oh, okay, I'll do it. Like he's
And why
doing
not?
you a favor. Like he doesn't have the most to gain by this. He's doing us a favor. Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's
Like
exactly
he doesn't
right.
have an ulterior motive in every goddamn move he makes. Believe me, he's got something to gain from this. We just have to figure out what.
Okay, so let's listen to some clips from today. Listen, it was a horrible day, and I know we say that every day, but in particular, it was horrible today. Why? Because Bhajanka Chopra canceled on him today, so he did
He
not
got
have his.
Schumered.
He got
Amy
Schumered.
Schumered.
Yes, he didn't get his movie star girl in today, and I'm sure he'll give the Jonas Brothers shit next week. But apparently she's sick. She didn't even promote it on her Twitter or any of her social media that she was even going to be on this morning. But here we are. So he starts off, of course, talking about Oprah. And this seems to be this new ire that he has. He just, he's just so incredibly jealous of her ability to do whatever she wants, whenever she wants. And he's even more jealous of the fact that she gets to do it with her best friend, Gail.
But it's also one of the 10 things he knows how to talk about. He has no new life experiences. So when in doubt, go to Oprah bashing because there really is no consequences for it, is there? Because she'll never hit back, and she should. That'd be great if she did. And yeah, Oprah's one of the 10 things he's been cleared to talk about to make him seem edgy. Bullying Oprah.
It's really stupid though. So here's just one little comment he said this morning about Gail. Here we go.
She's got a pretty heavy-duty job. She's, got the morning show on CBS, which is pretty much all-consuming. But now she announced she's going to go on CNN and do a weekly show with Charles Barkley.
What?
Gail King. The show's called King Charles. Get it? He's
it's good.
King
I get it.
Charles. Okay,
That's good.
she's
I
Gail
get it.
King.
Yeah, I would have done a better job with the name of that show. It's
Really, Howard, you would have done a better job. Howard Stern comes again. Howard Stern private parts.
Stolen from Jackie.
Howard
Yep,
Stern,
absolutely.
son of a beach. What else do we have? What other
Miss
stupidity?
America, the
Miss
worst title in the
America,
history of books. It's not clever. It's not funny. It's not anything. Crap.
crucified by the FCC. I mean,
Was
what?
it Tie Your Mother Down? Didn't he have one something like that? Or
50
Something
ways
Your
to
Mother-
rank your mother.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you could have done better than King Charles, huh? I don't think so.
And that's good. It's a good name. It's very good. Gail
It makes
King,
sense.
Charles, excellent. It's fantastic.
You know what?
Oprah's Ralph.
And I bet you that they'll have like really, really good synergy with each other, and they'll actually have a really good show together, for sure. Then he decides he's going to fight with the Oprah tape, and of course, it's one of those stupid things that they do, which of course they could probably use like ChatGPT or some sort of AI to do this now. They don't need to do it anymore by taking it from their books. But of course, he uses it as a opportunity to fat shame her just a snurch. So here we go.
You will ever be.
why don't you go fly to Italy and roll down a hill?
No.
With how horrible this is.
Why don't you go eat a cheddar biscuit?
No.
Why don't you
Well,
don't you
isn't it
leave me
time
alone?
to ride a
No.
camel again? Weren't they go? Oh, we're on camels.
Really, Robin?
This is the show. This is the show. This is the show in one clip.
That's like the timing of a young Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys. How horrible is this?
It is embarrassing.
It's
It's what they refer to as corny.
The
Yeah.
gay and the manatee commenting on Oprah of all things. Like, can you believe the
balls.
lack? It's the balls, right?
The
Two
balls.
Masters, right? Charles Barkley is everything Howard's not. A gregarious, engaging personality that speaks his mind in every situation. Is not afraid to be and is uncancelable, by the way.
and mercifully not a flat earther,
Literally
right?
uncancelable.
Not a flat
No
earther.
joke.
Yeah, he's what Kobe would have been in 20 years.
Barkley's a unique person. I mean, this guy, he's like the only guy on TV that just cannot be canceled. He can say anything. TNT just he's just
Dude,
the best.
he's funny though.
He's just full of charisma
He's
and
really
super
funny.
funny. I know he's just got to
The best one is when he's the story about no Tippin' Pippin.
Yes. Horton
funny
Jordan
story.
and no Tippin' Pippin at Vegas.
Tamara Francois had mentioned, I had it up on the screen for a second. She said she's lost some weight. So why is this still a thing? Because in his mind, she's always like this, fat woman who's trying to lose weight. And so, of course, Robin goes into this whole thing about how Weight Watchers apparently bought a company, which is one of those online pharmacy kind of places, because they're hoping that they'll be able to tie it into giving Ozempic to their customers, because Weight Watchers, people aren't really dieting the way they used to, especially during COVID, and so their numbers are down horribly. So Howard absolutely hates this. He hates everything about Ozempic, and of course it goes right back to and you'll understand as soon as I play the clip. It's really pathetic.
And he's a creatively bankrupt bitch ass who
1000%.
doesn't know how to do anything but fat shame, no matter what the person looks like.
Yes.
He can't do anything else.
But listen to his reasoning.
I hate to think that, I'm pretty disciplined with my diet. I hate to think that
Thank
some
God.
people can take a pill and lose weight. It's not.
Not fair.
I like it better when people can't
What
lose
a
weight. I'm one of the
bitter
few people
man.
who can.
Isn't he bitter? Like,
He's just
seriously?
a bitter man, dude.
Is there any
So
doubt every
petty.
move he makes is
So
weight?
petty.
You don't think he takes insane medication? That everything he does is to lose weight, to maintain and lose weight. Everything. You don't think he's on something and 5 things? Hot water and lemon.
80% of the show today was about how he can't take a shit.
Do you?
Like legit 80% of the
Yeah.
show. And he tried to blame it on the fact that he had a root canal like almost 3 weeks ago now. And he had to take some antibiotics after getting the root canal. And
Did
he
they
took some
do the-
pain pills.
Did they do the root canal through his ass?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Really?
Think
So,
about his diet. Where were you? How would you go to the bathroom? Where would you spend any time on the toilet? Think about what he eats. How would that ever come out of you? Why would it come out of you?
there's nothing to come out of him.
There's nothing to come out.
Seriously. That's,
You know what? I mean, listen, I'll play a devil's advocate and say that he is taking a poopy on a regular basis, but he wants to be like Beth, who never poops. I think he, like we have that theory that they just want almost like this Munchausen by proxy
Yeah,
type
skeleton
of
twins.
sympathy.
That's where the name comes from.
I know that it's not correlate to what he because they're childless, but it's
I'm
almost
so
kinda like the same
cold. I'm
shtick.
so thin.
Yes,
Oh,
they
I
love
don't
being
poop
cold and thin.
anymore.
Yeah, I
It's like
really,
it
I never
just-
shit. I just never
It's like,
shit.
okay, well, you want a cookie? What the hell?
Exactly.
Who cares?
What kind of award would you like
Do
for
you have
that?
like a private doctor for everything?
And guess what? That's not the flex you think it is. Like, like nobody gives a shit that you can't shit. I mean, it does
Exactly.
go on though. It does go on. So we're gonna get. I should probably just skip right over everything else and go right to that because. Did I do anything else with the shitting? I really didn't because it was really just stupid, disgusting. Ronnie came on to talk about it as well. Let me get to it in a second. Let me just talk about how Prajanka, whatever her name is, bailed on the show. Here we go.
You know, I'm sad to announce Priyanka Chopra, who I was supposed to be on the show today. I'm so excited to talk to her
So
because
excited.
she's got an interesting life story. She's a famous actress.
Is she famous?
She is not feeling well, and she's going to do our show in 2 weeks. But I was anxious to talk to her because, as you say, looks are important. But she really put it together, this girl. Not only good looking, but she's got a really interesting life, and she's overcome some things. So I was looking forward to talking to her, but we're going to have to put that off for 2 weeks. Tomorrow,
Gonna have to wait for that.
James Corden's coming in to, basically say goodbye to show business.
Goodbye.
Yeah, another douchebag, by the way, who's rude to people, who's rude to wait staff, who's basically a dick to everybody who knows him. He'll never bring any of that up because, in
I
his
know, I can't
mind,
wait.
he's coming on the Stern Show on a paid satellite radio program to say goodbye to his show on regular
Everybody hates him.
schedule.
Isn't that egomaniacal narcissism in itself? I'm coming on your show to say goodbye to. What would you have to promote? Why
who?
bother say to who?
your
Right?
25,000 listeners? Like who? Who exactly?
Have you ever heard a good word about him?
Nothing.
In the last 5 years. It is
No.
nothing but horror story after horror story, and even after it's reported, it still goes on since he can't stop himself. The
You know what? If-
entitlement and how do you even get that show?
The old Howard would talk about two things. He would talk about the movie Cats and his horrible, horrible treatment of anybody in the serving industry.
Well, it's funny. The Howard stories started to pop up the same time as the Corden stories did. Remember the articles that came out with the Howard TV staff? I think John actually triggered it. And so the Corden stuff came out right around the same time the Howard stories did.
Yes.
So he'll
James
probably
Corden
avoid it.
says it's beneath him to care about New York City restaurant drama. I did nothing wrong. James Corden feeling very zen about his Balthazar restaurant row. Late show host 44 broke his silence after being called a tiny cretin of a man and the most abusive customer by New York City restaurant owner Keith McNally, who's huge in restaurants. Keith McNally is fucking huge. After accusing the Brit of boorish behavior, McNally banned him from his Manhattan eatery. Just hours later, Corden called him to apologize profusely and the ban was lifted. I haven't done anything wrong on any level. Let's see, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, that's such a dirtbag thing to do, man. Come on. Someone busting their ass.
Do you know the
McNally's-
assholes that come in and out of these restaurants for him to
everybody's
be
a
number
douchebag.
one?
Bro, dude.
For him to be the worst one out of all
The
of them?
most abusive customer in the restaurant's 25-year history.
Yeah,
McNally
right,
accuses
25.
Corden, who admitted to having anger issues in the past, of treating his servers poorly by demanding free items and yelling at them. Let me see. I got it right here.
A
Let me see.
scumbag.
He's a total piece of shit.
That's just one of
scumbag,
like
dude.
60 articles. You can't even keep up with it. The stories come out on him so regularly now. I'm almost just jaded by it.
Let's see. Then McKnight showed a snap of him and his daughter in Pal Fancy Hotspot. He feels bad about it. Don't feel bad. He deserved it. And then everybody jumped onto it and said, yes, he's a dick. He treats servers like absolute assholes. Apparently his wife's drink didn't have like enough ice in it or something like that.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he was
petty.
like, fuck you. Now you give us that drink for free. I mean, just like that, just an absolute monster. I guarantee you that man gets sick every time he goes out to dinner. You know?
How many boogers do you think that guy has eaten at this point?
Yeah, exactly. You're right, Crazy
staff.
Robin. Servers will fuck you over every time. Wait till they walk. But yeah, absolutely. People get sick from.
You always say please and
like
thank you.
Or how many
I've
really
learned.
like truly talented people are working in these places, waiters and waitresses and
Ton,
bartenders
well, people
who are
that,
like
you know-
improv geniuses, and they got to serve him and get
Yeah,
treated like that.
exactly.
But
Meanwhile,
they
you know,
see
Exactly.
everybody. They see
You
just get
that
everybody.
attitude.
I know.
You know, you're down at Balthazar. You have seen everybody from Jennifer Aniston to Billy
Henry
Joel
Kissinger?
To Simon
to
Rex.
Henry Kissinger to Simon Rex. Exactly. So they've seen everybody. They know everything. They know everything about these people. And
Oh, that's a great song.
what?
The Boogers and Cum from South Park.
Okay, we're not going to play that right now. So we're going to
Katie
move on.
Aldana Monique has a great point too about Corden too. Remember the fat shame thing with Bill Maher? It was like 2 years ago or last year where Maher did a thing about Maher's a fat shamer. He's just like Howard. He
Yes.
is obsessed with, and Corden hit back on Maher, and they had this back and forth feud. And I wonder if Howard takes his stance on that. I would love to see where he goes with that.
Howard has no spine.
I
He has
know.
no spine.
None
Yeah,
whatsoever.
He's a different
It'll
guy
be a
now. He doesn't care about
kiss-ass
these things.
festival.
Exactly. I'm going to move on to my next clip, and that is he's still weirdly begging for some sort of "Notice Me, Daddy" from Bud Light. I'm not really understanding why the show ain't the same without Dennis B. Cups.
It isn't. Well, we're the first to admit it. You're right.
You'll have to guess out of this crew who has the A, who has the B, who has the C, and who has the D. How about that?
Minor
I don't-
Canadian
Full
scale.
figured.
Dennis
He's a
had a
narcissist.
function tonight. He's just going to pop on when he can, if he can.
He's gonna be wasted. Watch.
Oh, I know.
Wasted. Dennis.
And
is the
he'll have a
best.
drink. And he'll have poured himself a drink for sure.
He'll be speaking in Italian the whole time. We won't understand.
Okay, so here he is begging for Bud Light again.
Also, just an update from yesterday's show. I have not heard from Bud Light, who should hire me to
why.
resurrect their brand, because I know how to talk to men,
I hate him.
and I will get those Earth dogs drinking your beer again, no problem.
He really believes this. Like some part of him really believes this. And then Robin chimes in, making no sense whatsoever, and says this.
This will be forgotten in 3 weeks.
No, it's no.
was listening-
Howard, it's already forgotten. Like, no joke. Nobody's talking about it. I mean, a couple of like real weirdo, very, very conservative people on Twitter are still talking about it because they can't let shit go. But honestly, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's going to get your clip and put it on their newspaper's front page.
They've suffered enough.
It's over. It's
Or
really over. John.
whatever of the audience remains and still has a shred of testosterone that listens to this show would never listen to this show to buy Bud Light. So you couldn't have a more homoerotic demographic to not promote to, because Bud Light shouldn't go near this show.
If maybe
It's
there
the
was a company
opposite
that
of
sold,
the sh-
maybe if there was a company that sold Shirley Temples, maybe.
we said
Maybe.
Zima
But,
yesterday. Remember you said Zima? That's
Yeah,
that's
you
the
threw in the
demographic.
Zima yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hang on.
Talking to some experts yesterday, and they did sort of make a point. They say if you have a brand, your job is
Look
to
out.
reflect your audience. But once you put a picture on the can,
Good job.
you've totally said something that had nothing to do with the audience you've been building over time.
Okay, so that's a stupid comment because that's like saying, Marlboro is going to start marketing to the trans community because they don't have the guy who was smoking their cigarette anymore, so they need to put it out there to a different consumer base.
Yeah, you don't
And
know it
that's-
exists.
That right. And
Well, I say
and
this all the time, Monique. Why does like Budweiser or Coca-Cola or do they even need to advertise? Why do they even bother?
It's like
Did we
McDonald's.
not
Why do
know-
they need
yeah,
to
did we not
advertise?
know they exist by now?
And Anheuser-Busch owns like a dozen different
I know.
alcoholic drinks. This some people don't realize that. Oh, I'm not drinking Bud Light, but I'm drinking this. Yeah, you're still giving money to the same company, bro.
Have anybody ever watched an NFL game and saw a Coca-Cola commercial? Goes, oh my God,
Oh, I was
Coca-Cola!
thinking
didn't
about
know that.
drinking
I
that.
didn't know that existed. I'm gonna
I
get
was
it right
thinking
now.
about that. Yes.
God, I didn't
Yes.
know. I forgot about Coca-Cola.
I wonder what that tastes like. It's so
What a
true.
waste of
Have
effing money.
you guys seen the new Dos Equis commercial?
No.
It just literally holding a beer saying no homo.
No, it's not. Okay.
And now everybody with YouTube TV and unlimited DVR, you're not watching commercials ever.
Ever. That's why they have to get it in your face during a football game, on the sidelines, on the field. All those like silly superimposed things like they do in most sporting events. Nobody really cares. Oh, that's so cute, Benjamin. I'd buy Sprite with my name on it too.
Yeah, Sprite's the new black soda, Monique. It's
Is
replaced
it?
orange soda, and grape soda.
It's always been, dude. What are you talking about? Come on.
I thought it was a new thing. I was told,
It's 7-Up, Sprite, yeah.
Why? But
It
why?
used to be orange soda and
Hey,
grape
Sam,
soda.
now, come on.
But why?
Don't take it.
I
Don't take it that way.
don't know. Maybe just boredom. It's got I don't know. Maybe it's a cool factor. But my black friends tell me in my hoodie pass that Sprite is the new. Crazy Robin says no, it ain't. Is orange soda still
always-
on that? I thought it was.
I thought
Maybe
Squirt was more of the gateway
Squirt?
drink.
Squirt.
Jammy.
Ew.
I love Squirt.
That.
It's citrusy soda.
Ew.
Very satisfying.
Kobe
Ew.
endorsed Sprite.
Oh,
Too
that's
much, so.
disgusting. You guys are gross. Yeah, too much, Xavier. Too much. Okay?
Yeah,
Too
well,
much.
what's new?
Or are you trying to say there's too much Xavier on the show? Because I could go
well,
with that.
that too. Good night, guys. Like and
Like and
subscribe.
Okay. Okay, so he's got a new ZipRecruiter
See, someone
song.
got the joke.
What?
Someone got my joke.
Is it possible for me to eat my chocolate covered cherry whilst we play the new ZipRecruiter song? Can I do that?
I don't have a problem with it.
It's so delicious. I have to tell you.
I'm a waitress at a bad restaurant at 29,000 feet in the air. Jam your diet slice up your ass.
I don't think
What was the last
anybody.
alcohol drink that Howard has ever tasted besides wine?
He was talking about that today. He said
Really?
he
What'd he
doesn't
say?
drink anymore because, his doctor told him that he has to limit his alcoholic intake for some bizarre reason or another. And he's such a hypochondriac.
Do you
He
remember
takes
his
that to
drink, the vodka with the splash of grapefruit juice? Splash. Like it was just to get the taste. That was his drink for a while. That was his non-wine drink for a while.
Really?
Yeah, during his Mad Terror days.
You know what's really good?
Didn't he have? Who was this beer sponsor forever?
Heineken.
Remember Heineken. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, what about it?
Everything was Heineken this,
Yeah.
Heineken that.
And we knew he didn't drink, and he was
of
a
course he didn't
great
drink
commercial.
it.
I got to give him this. He was a great commercial. He's a huckster. He's a salesman. He was a great commercial reader during those years to make you think that this anorexic, boorish drank out Heineken. We knew he never went near it. And he still was great at reading it.
Well, as a segue into that, let's listen to the new ZipRecruiter commercial, shall we?
ZipRecruiter is my favorite company. They don't get politically correct. They don't take a stand, they just do their job. I have a ZipRecruiter mirror in my house, and I'm not going to smash it. I love you, ZipRecruiter.
Yes, Sunflower Dragon, I agree with you 1,000%. They literally sent her a gift of a can with her picture on it. It's craziness what's going on out there. And people that buy
We're
into
living in
any of
crazy
this
cuckoo
shit,
times.
We are in crazy ass times.
Absolutely.
It's such a non-story,
Yeah.
but this was one of those things where, see, it's really not that easy to walk out of your house and like burn your Nikes or like melt your car because of something they did. But beer is something all these fucking wackos can get behind and say, you know what? I'm okay with not drinking Bud Light, and I'm not going to drink it. And the fact that Bud Light actually kowtowed to these people sucks even more for them.
Yeah.
That they gave in to that is so crazy to me. I mean, who cares about this Dylan person? Who cares?
Right, exactly.
It's so not part of our world. I mean,
Bud Light's so steeped into the
It still
culture, too.
isn't.
You're not touching it. It's everywhere. It's been everywhere. It'll always be everywhere.
yeah.
It's so into the zeitgeist.
And every single major corporation out there has an LGBTQ plus initiative. Every single one. There are many, many companies out there who will be asked outright. I can almost guarantee you that, coming from the garment center, I know you guys all hate when I say this, but if Walmart is coming to work with you and you're like a new player for them, any of the big companies, Walmart, Target, anyone, they want to know what your initiatives are for gay rights, for pronouns, everything. They want to know that you stand for different hiring practices and stuff like that, and you have to show them. Yes, this is how we do, and everybody.
And probably
has to do
getting worse every day, Monique. The vetting process
Well,
about we are.
Yes,
Here's the thing,
yes.
though.
I'm sure it's getting worse.
Here in San Diego, there's a huge Pride Week, and if you go anywhere near like the downtown area, the Hillcrest area, you'll see these banners everywhere with Pride Week. You'll see every single alcohol beverage company with a Pride thing on
Such
there.
a part of that.
So
culture.
it's like, it's not like it's a new thing. All of a sudden, like these guys got, like all uppity about a dude getting a custom beer can, basically.
Yeah.
But it's just so fun. It's so funny though that and your only thoughts when you see all these beer companies with Pride stuff on it is like, wow, I thought gay people actually had taste, but you know.
And
It's
you
like
know what? Really,
really-
gays don't drink Bud Light
They
either.
don't.
No, they
so
don't.
there.
Not at all.
Nobody
So
does not.
sad.
Absolutely.
50
I think,
calories
isn't
too much.
Isn't like a Cosmopolitan, the Mendoza line for these
No,
guys?
here's the thing, Aaron Taylor. They didn't have to do a recovery. They could have just let this float, honestly. I mean, I can't even imagine people care about Bud Light that much. Truly, I can't. I can't imagine that people that drink Bud Light care about trans people.
No,
that
bro.
much.
Okay,
usually don't.
I'm usually really big when you guys say Mexicans like this. Like the squirt one was accurate. We do. but Bud Light, I don't know one Mexican that's ever touched a Bud Light.
Bud Light is
I'm like, no
disgusting.
joke.
Bud Light is disgusting.
Like,
honestly.
it's like a default Corona would be like, okay, we put enough limes on it. It tastes like nothing. But Bud Light, never.
I come to think of it, I think you're right about that. I'm going through my Rolodex of Mexican friends, and I can't.
They got this gross too, man.
The stock
you're right
might have
about
been
that.
down 15%. I think it was up to like 17% or something like that. But it's very transactional. It was very reactive to something that, sure, it went down.
but at
But
the
so
same
does
time-
Disney when a shit movie comes out, and so
Yeah.
is
At
the
the
rest of these
At
guys.
the same time, I shed a tear about Bud Light going out of business the same way I do about Bed Bath & Beyond going out of business.
Yeah, I know. I
I
don't
don't
give a shit
care.
one way or the other. I know.
It's irrelevant to my existence. Sorry.
Yes, this is
Just
true.
merge with GameStop.
This is true. They
Yeah,
lost
right.
700 million. In the big scheme of things, is that a lot?
No.
I don't know.
That's Stuttering John's bill.
I don't know. You know what? Honestly,
Whatever.
I don't care enough about other people. I live my own life. I'm very happy with living my own life. I don't know a single trans human being, and I have born and raised in New York City, and I don't know a single one. So I can't imagine how prevalent they are out there. But I digress.
A
We
couple
can
weeks
move
ago, I
on.
was having a conversation with my friend over Pilsner and lagers. It was that's my cutoff. That kind of beer.
Pilsner and lager. What's the difference between a pilsner and a lager?
One's darker. One's more delicious than the other.
Yes,
maybe
that's
we should,
exactly what I
Monique.
think
Maybe
of.
we should know the exact percentage of trans in the country.
We should have
before we make our decisions
Can we
around
have
it.
on a Wednesday? Can we have a? Oh man, actually, probably it should be like a Friday or something. a show where we just drink alcohol and become inebriated on a podcast?
It's not bad. A drunk show where you just read
Oh, you
the
want to
chat.
do a drunk show?
Where you just
Let's
read
do
the
a
chat.
drunk show. Let's just have a couple of alcoholic.
You
adult
don't have to
beverages.
spin the plates. Just read the chat maybe and riff off it with no.
Okay, let's do a
agenda.
drinking show. I'll do
Let's
that.
it. Yeah, why not?
I'll do that. I'll do it. But I'll have to eat first, or else I.
Yeah,
won't
that's
take
definitely a
it'll
good
work for me.
idea. Definitely.
All right, let's move on. So
Gunga has a really good point.
What?
Dennis
Dennis says that every night.
This
It's
is
just
true.
another show.
this is true.
You're right. You know what? I'm ripping off Dennis. I'm sorry. I apologize. I really do.
Okay,
Actually, we're doing. Mo and I were talking the other day. We're thinking about doing a really special show. It would probably be like next week?
Let's do a drinking show. Have Casey and Bon Jovial on.
No, it's a show that it would literally be the stupidest podcast in the history of podcasts.
Oh my God. Yes, we're
let's-
trying to pull together.
Yes.
No. I do know a trans person when I see them. I do. I'm just saying I don't know any still to this day personally. I don't know a single trans person. I have a
friend's
lot of
roommate was
friends.
trans.
I have a lot of
Nobody
friends
cared.
whose kids have come out as trans, and it's changed their minds on how
who
they feel
cares?
about trans people. But who gives a shit?
Yeah, she
We
doesn't seek them
literally
out.
have someone on our site, most conservative person in the world. Their kid came out. He's like, I don't care. It's my kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'll shoot you if you say anything about him. You know? And
Yeah.
good for him. I'm very proud that dude had that attitude.
I live across
It's your
from
kid.
Cherry Grove, Monique,
You know?
which is
Yeah.
ground zero for trans for I don't know how many years and decades. I have no trans friends. If anybody should just buy
know,
I
Cherry
wish I
Grove.
had trans friends. I would have one on here so that I can like have an understanding about like
Nicole
the
Bass,
whole-
Listen,
the JJ.
you know,
right?
This is the way
Monicue.
this is the way I look at it. If someone is an adult, they pay their taxes. Who gives a? It's called land of the free. Do what makes you happy. As long as you're not bugging someone else, have at it.
Yeah.
You're paying your taxes. You have the right to do what you want as much as the next
Fuck
person.
it. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's
That
right,
is the
Sunflower
beauty
Dragon.
of living
Thank
in
you.
the land of the free.
If you want to take someone's rights away, okay, cool. You pay their taxes then.
yeah.
That's
their
the
taxes and
research
and
savant
they
that
should shut
is
up.
the Sunflower Dragon. Looking that up.
1.6 million people in
They're
America
destroying
identify as
children. Rick,
trans.
really, dude?
1.4% of the population.
Please.
We can live our whole lives and never meet one. And I'm in the middle of Manhattan, and I don't know any.
I
I
know.
mean, it's just they're not part of our world. Honestly, all of us.
Yeah, whatever.
They're not part of our world. And,
right
by
now,
the way,
and not only that, there's a trans podcast saying, "Do you believe there's people that do Howard Stern podcast still?
Fucking
oh my God,
morons.
losers!"
And by the way, I will 1000% agree with anybody out there that says that, if you're under 18 years old, you 1000% should not be doing any kind of changing of your body.
But what-
because your mind can change.
You realize how
know?
expensive that is?
That's true.
Yeah.
You realize how expensive that is? How many kids have six figures in the bank right now that can go out and do something like that?
This is true.
Do you realize how absurdly small percentage of people you're talking about?
It's absurdly small.
And guess what? If your kid's walking out of your house with a dress and you're not noticing that, that's on you, homie.
And you know what? I think most parents want their kids to be happy. That's all. I don't. I
You know
don't
what?
want-
If someone's giving their 9-year-old hormones and that's their parents, that's on them.
No, that's a fucked
I'm
up
sorry.
thing. I don't agree with
That,
it.
I don't know what the Rick. I know you seem to have issues with it, dude.
But we're not gonna
if it's
talk
not
about
your
that
kid,
anymore.
it's none of your damn business.
Okay, we're not going to do
Honestly.
that. We're not going to do that tonight. We're not. We can take this to the forum. Everybody likes to talk about this
Take it
shit.
to the floor.
Sorry, I even
Rick,
brought it up.
No,
I'm-
you're an ignorant slut. Is what's going on.
I feel gayer talking about Howard than I do trans.
You too, Derek, from Texas. What are the odds? Worry about
Okay,
your own fucking
this
kids,
is a
dude.
silly conversation. The truth of it is, I'm more concerned about pre-stiddling fucking kids than I am about trans
Absolutely.
people.
And
that's
even
the
that, I
God's
don't
honest
care.
Truth. I don't care about that either. You're exactly right. Fuck that. Truly,
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't give a shit about any of it, honestly. All right, let's go back to the show. So Howard was having problems shitting. And Robin tells him that he should get something called colace, which I guess is what they use when you guys go for your what's it called? When the guy shoves it. There you go, colonoscopy.
It never stops with colonoscopy on this show. It never stops. It's one of the 10 things he knows how to talk about. It's crazy. Have you ever seen a show fixate on colons and colon? It's insane. It's oh god.
Yeah. Well, here and the point of this clip is basically
Hey,
that
hey, wait, Mo. Can you answer Sam's question right now?
Where are we?
Here we go. Right here.
Does anyone see Benicio del Toro? Sam.
Can you answer his question?
I have seen X. I have seen him.
And
I mean, he's my. Yeah. What about him? What about
you guys are like game? You know, like, what do I look like? Do I look like I should be on a Bud Light bottle?
No.
Okay.
I say Benicio del Toro and Danny Trejo had a kid.
No, Danny Trejo is Danny Trejo is that
Trejo.
Closer to Benicio.
I don't know. I don't even think in that world. I don't even think.
Yes, I'm in the intro. You should look for it. Just
I
go
don't
frame
even
by
know
frame.
Jose Canseco.
I don't even know what I would think that you look like. I have to think about that for a little while.
Luis the Board Op.
So you're saying I shouldn't be on a Bud Light bottle?
No, it's good-looking guys. I wish I looked like Jose Canseco.
You know what? He might be the tallest man in Mexico.
Jose Ortiz.
How tall are you, Xavier?
6'3".
6'3". Yeah. So he is.
Benicio's 6'3".
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swear to God. Tamara Francois says Kolache is a stool softener. Is that what it does?
Colace.
I
Kolache.
I wish I looked like a cholo.
No, you know what? He found out.
He's not Mexican.
Can you tell them?
Oh, there's G Canada.
What?
Can you tell them?
No, I'm not giving the goods up. I actually mentioned it once on our site.
I know you did.
And people were like, "What? Huh?"
Oh, you should tell them.
No. Well, let's move on.
Oh, okay. Well, put it this way: he's not all Mexican, so that's where his height comes from, and it's really weird. Just the whole thing. All right, gotta move on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on that.
So he's talking about he needs to get colace because he can't shit. So this is the way he's going to get colace.
I'm going to call my man Dr. Agus today and get some Colace or whatever the fuck that is.
It's over the counter. You don't need a prescription.
Yeah, but I mean, I got to get some. I got to get it without anyone knowing. You know, I'm a very famous guy. People can't know I have hard stool.
Yeah, you have a blue check mark, man. You can't.
Yeah,
do that.
exactly. Yeah, you don't, Ronnie. So
he went on and on about the fact that he can't go into a pharmacy and get Colace because then people will know that he has issues. So he's going to call Dr. Agus to get Colace for him. He's going to call Dr. Agus to get Colace for him.
But he can go to a Korean nail salon and get a mani-pedi like a fairy. That's okay.
Yes.
I love that picture. That's one of my favorite pictures is him in that Korean nail salon.
When I picture Xavier, I see the dude who plays the Mandalorian. I'll give you closer to Mando than he is to Danny Trejo. I'll give you that. I mean, there is a Mendoza line. There's a Xavier line, but I think
that's good.
Yeah, I think he leans more towards Mando. All right, so then
imagine being Agus though, Monique, and every stupid hypochondriac thought. And if these conversations even exist, I don't even know if I believe it.
Exactly.
He's getting text and calls from him for every little stupid hypochondriac neurosis he has, but I don't believe half of this existed.
Yeah, I don't either, and I think that Dr. Agus ignores Howard's phone calls. I think he has like his secondary phone number, not his real phone number, because I can imagine Howard and who was just on the show. Who's the one with the 14 kids? I think he goes to Dr. Agus also. Nick Cannon. Did he say something about that?
I don't remember. I didn't listen to the whole thing.
Chaka, you got a new fan, Xavier. I told you closer to Pedro Pascal. I didn't say the George Lopez line. Oh, look, somebody actually in the chat called it, just so you know.
Yeah, I know. I was ignoring it.
I know.
Thanks for bringing attention to that. Dumbass.
Okay, so then he starts talking about a horrific bit from like 5 or 6 years ago that he felt the need to introduce to us for a solid 40 minutes. And that was a alleged show he wanted to do for the Sirius app, entitled appropriately and as timely as can possibly be, Chernobyl High. So, yeah, let's play a little bit of that.
Where's Tim Stack when you need him?
Idea for our app. It was a I had this idea for a TV show for the app. I wanted to produce a TV show for the SiriusXM app. I mean, we have the capability, and I put together a script called Chernobyl High, Chernobyl High School, and it starred the Whack Pack. And I shot the pilot, and now, of course, our two big stars in it died. Marfan Mike and Elephant Boy passed away after recording the pilot, and now
Oh, no.
the whole fucking I mean, yeah, I could bring in other people, but it just doesn't have the same bite.
Who died? Marfan Mike and who else?
Isn't everybody dead from the backpack?
Everybody's dead. Every Whack Packers. They're gay and dead.
Honestly,
They're gay or dead.
it's just like High Pitch Eric. I think he's the only guy left.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, this pilot does not exist. No. He played it, and I'm going to play some of it for you. But it was horrible, and it was so awful that I'm going to play a little bit for you. It's like a minute clip, but it's just so awful that that you need to hear it because I did.
Monique, maybe we should do a super Whack Pack update and who's dead and who's gay, and just make a master list.
Who's
about
dead, who's
that.
gay.
Yeah, that's it. It's either they're dead or gay. That's all it is.
Yes, you're right, G. Canada. Marianne will never die. She will never die. You're exactly right. And apparently Jeff the Drunk has quit the show, which he mentioned today. And, we never talk about the Whack Pack because we don't really care about them. I mean, really,
No,
they're
we
just
don't.
all reprobates that we don't care about.
Reprobates.
So let's play a little bit of Chernobyl High.
Features High Pitch, Marfan Mike, Fred the Elephant Boy, Jeff the Vomit Guy.
Wow.
And then we introduce Wendy, the slow adult, as the cute new girl in town. Like everybody wants to fuck. It's good, right? I mean, I'm disappointed. All my stars dropped dead. So picture what's going on, okay? High Pitch, Marfan, Fred the Elephant Boy, Jeff the Vomit Guy.
Really?
And Wendy, the slow adult, is the hot chick.
By the way, he just repeated the exact same thing that he said twice, just so you know. Okay, here we go.
Thanks for loaning me money for lunch, guys. I'm starving.
Hey kids, it's me, Jeff Levy, the school cafeteria worker and well-known vomit lover. I hope you enjoy my new creation, chicken sashimi. Raw chicken, dipped in raw egg, and served on a bed of unwashed lettuce. Dig in. And if anyone's feeling ill, make sure to let me know.
Excuse me, I'm new to this school. My name's Wendy. Can you help me find the dumpster?
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goofing on them more. Just what we need. Can't
So
get
he had a
enough of
guest that didn't come in, and this is where we're at. This is where we're at.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is him riffing, right? Or ripping or whatever.
Riffing.
Is it
riffing,
possible
sorry.
that he just recorded that like 3 days ago and made it like this is some grand plan he had to make him look ambitious or creative?
I don't
All those
know.
people are available, right? I mean, you could just throw that together. Some shithead in the back said this is a good bit and then threw it together and they threw it on.
Do you
Oh
think
my
they have
God.
like hard drives full of this crap? To
Yeah,
sound-
that's
I
right.
mean,
That's right. That's the
at this point,
hence
I
the
mean,
cleaning out the computer.
I mean, we always talk about like when he's off for like months, whatever, but people are still coming in. So you got to figure some of the stuff is just like stockpiled somewhere.
When Priyanka
Yes, that's why they came back
canceled,
to it
we
because
have this, right?
Prajanka canceled, and so
Right.
Just in case
This
of
is what
emergency
you get.
break glass.
Fudgicle says, when I didn't think of Jeff the Drunk, I always think of him calling Artie in the mental hospital right after stabbing himself, asking for money. Artie detailed it
It
in his
was the
book.
brilliant Shaka Khan, I think, in one of the threads today that said something I say often, but she framed it differently. She said, "This show, if Putin got assassinated in real time as the show went on, he would not bring it up, and you'd
No.
hear about it 2 weeks from now. They are incapable
Absolutely.
of thinking on their feet or reacting to anything." And I use 9/11 as the example. If another 9/11 happened, you wouldn't hear about it for 3 weeks.
He would wait-
not touch it.
I'm trying
You
to
would wait
even
till
remember if he
Yahoo News
mentioned
did an article on it.
Tucker Carlson today.
That's what I was going to ask you. Right.
I'm trying to. And if he did, I don't think it was even that much.
Did you listen yesterday? Because I don't think he brought it up yesterday. Because the story hit.
Well, I think
like
it happened
everybody
yesterday,
was talking
but
about it.
it might have been.
Did it hit yesterday afternoon, Monday afternoon, or Monday late morning?
It had to be late
Wasn't
morning.
It was like in the morning. They announced it first thing in the morning.
No, because I usually
Right?
talk to Xavier first thing in the morning about like what's going on for the day, and we didn't know about it at that point. We did not. So it was later.
I have
It
a
was
theory.
later.
I mean, I sent you clips of. We never played this. It came out, came and went, and we didn't. And so I played you clips of Hunter Hunter S. Carlson,
Yes.
eviscerating Howard on his show.
I'm
in a
looking
very,
forward to it.
very tremendous way. And I wonder if he avoids them because it brings attention to that.
Well,
This is when I don't know. I'm just a theory.
so it was Monday afternoon. Does anybody remember whether or not he brought it up or not? I don't remember.
We had
don't remember
nothing
from
of the
yesterday,
sort
so-
yesterday. Nothing.
Well, he may have today, but I don't really remember. Yeah, I love the Tucker clips that you have for us today. So
we
we're gonna
never
get to
touched.
those
We
momentarily.
never covered it. It either came in one of those weird times where he was off or he avoided it and it didn't. I mean, think about being JD, right, Monique? You're searching for stuff on him, and that comes up all the time. We talked about before you came on yesterday how all it is stern code haters, and he can't find anything positive to present them. So he has to avoid all that, all the shrapnel he gets. all
I think
online
what it
and
is
never
that
talk
he
about it.
needs a talking point that he thinks is going to get him some press.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And so he didn't get that today. And he wasn't planning on really making like a big deal about it. And
Now think about Tucker's audience too, Monique. Right? They're bragging about how big the big thing is. He's got such a big audience, and what are they going to do when he got whacked? So
Yeah,
that whole
but
audience
guys-
was subjected to this.
Yeah.
Wasn't he always on the Bubba show?
Yes.
Yes.
In the
so-
early days, exactly right.
Okay.
Exactly
Anybody? What? 17 people in staff or whatever it is, 700 million. Not one of them said, "Hey, Bubba's got a connection to him. Why don't we call Bubba and get his opinion?"
Right. That's the
on
way
what
they used to
happened?"
work. That's exactly
But
right.
you know what I
actually.
mean? It
That's
seems
exactly
simple.
the way it
That
used
seems
to
like a
work.
simple thing
yeah,
to do.
but it's such big news
Yeah, he's
for
in huge
Tucker and for
demand.
Fox. It would be very
Yeah, but-
untouchable. Very.
He's in such demand right now. Actually, I don't
wouldn't
even think that
okay.
could.
You wouldn't have thought of calling Bubba and say, "Hey,
At
call
least
him
try.
now.
Right.
Let's try. Let's try to do
At
a.
least try.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it seems silly to not even try.
Well, I'm going to bring this up momentarily when we talk about Elon Musk, so just give me a second. So then, of course, he played John's favorite song that he plays
wow.
all the time.
Hum?
Oh, hold on, RadioGunk. There is a New York Post article
wanna see
about
this.
Howie discussing Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson and the
There you go.
basically all he said
It's
today
probably fluff, right?
was
If he did.
that it was such a great day for them to fire the NBC executive and Don Lemon because the Tucker news was so big that it made everybody else seem less important. Kind of like when Farrah Fawcett died the same day Michael Jackson
Michael
did.
Jackson.
Right? So nobody remembered that poor Farrah died on the same
Wait,
day.
Farrah
because-
died?
Because Michael was such a big deal. I guess I look at it that
Don
way.
Lemon's a huge Howard mark, by the way. He sings his praises all the time. You'd think, what a surprise he doesn't have his back. Don Lemon's constantly sticking up for Howard
See,
all the time.
I've never watched 1 minute of Lemon or Lennon, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But every time I see a picture of him, he looks like he has a small olive squeezing between his butt cheeks.
Like he probably does. He probably does. Howard could have made the most basic comment and gotten some press. Making
Yeah, I
Kelly
know.
Glenn
That's-
Beck, PBD all jumped on it immediately and got a. Yes, they did. But the difference is that Howard needs to pick a lane on what
Yeah.
he wants to say about Tucker, and I don't think he
can't.
has
He has
that
no stance.
lane.
He can't. Right. He can't commit to his stance.
He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the lane. So that's why it's not really something.
He's got
big.
Leslie Dart and Buchwald and all these PR people working on the most basic bitch of statements he'll make and sending it to Yahoo, and it gets this weird traction. He literally says nothing, and they give him articles on it because they're just and the staff does this too. They're shuttling articles to their little moles and
But
God knows whatever.
At the end
media.
of the day, Howard is a 0.001%er. So
yeah,
Yes.
for as much as he wants to pretend he's not, he is the upper echelons
As upper as
of
they get.
money.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
so, please.
He is the
Yeah,
other half. He is the
he is.
because the 1% means nothing.
We're talking
it's
about
the
a bunch of rich dudes
0.0.
talking about a bunch of rich dudes.
He loves
yes.
Fox News. Fox
None of
News
these-
is far more his people than MSNBC or CNN.
Yeah.
And I have a clip of him going at
None
when Beth
of these
promoted-
dudes know what it's like to go to a gas station and pump gas or go. I mean, it's whether left or right, they're all just uber rich mother effers.
They don't have any
it's
real
like-
life experiences anymore.
Exactly.
It's pretty much done.
Exactly.
It's pretty much done. All right, I'm going to move on a little bit. So he played Arm's favorite song that you love to bring up. Of course. Did you know that? Did you listen
No,
to
I didn't.
that?
I guessed.
I'm so glad you guessed that. So I'm trying not to play any of the song, just his wording around the song. So let me play a little bit of that.
I don't even think you'd get a whack for it. It's
Every time.
God.
Every time I hear it.
You're not deep.
Don't bore us. Get to the chorus.
I just move it on.
Like, what? You guys really hit it with that. If I had a band, we would write this song. We would have written this song, but
Yeah, no, if you had a band, you wouldn't write that song because you wrote Metamucil Man.
Yes,
And
you're
you
not
wrote
deep.
Smell My Tuchus. You have
You're not
a
deep. You have no empathy. You don't relate to anyone. You're not
No.
writing anything deep or psychological. Stop.
No. No. Rupert Pumpkin, what were you saying? Howard's property taxes for his Palm Beach house went from $1 million in 2001 to $1.25 million last year.
Wow.
2001, in 23 years, it only went up $250,000?
That's nothing. I know.
Is
It's
that-
22 years.
That's a bargain.
That's a bargain. Yeah, really. That's a mere bag of shells. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. He puts on Wolfie, and let me see, the Wolfie thing said, where is it? Oh, duty. Did I not do it? Basically, it says Wolfie's, all stars, and it's like, people that Wolfie has found on the internet, which is hysterical because all these people are huge on the internet already. And so Wolfie's making it like he's done something so amazing for the show. So he starts to play this little guy named Hasbala. Does anybody know who this is?
Hezbollah?
Hasbala. So it's
No,
this
I
little
really know. I
Russian
don't know.
dude.
No.
And I'm going to give you a little bit of him so that you can see who he is. So you may have seen him on like TikToks and stuff like that. He's
Okay.
like 17 years old. He has the tiniest voice you've ever heard in your life.
He's like that one disease.
He's got that disease, and he's like a wrestler, or
Okay.
he does like UFC or something like this. And he looks like a child, and he has like the squeakiest little voice.
What's he
Okay.
doing in the ring?
I think he's gonna fight somebody.
What's he gonna? What, a cat?
I think he's gonna fight somebody. I really do.
Is that Ralph
I
Macchio?
got money on the other dude. I'm sorry.
Whoever
What's
it
the
is.
over under on this
Oh,
fight?
left cross.
Yeah,
Rampage Jackson would get laid out by that time.
I'm trying to, like, he's just this little dude, and they love him. They
I'm
want to
sure
work
he's
out
very
with him.
charming.
Yeah. Yeah, they want him
Put
to
this
spar.
guy undercover in high school. It's 21 Jump Street. Please recruit this guy. He'll never have to go on forever.
Salam alaikum.
Someone should like put him in a Grogu outfit and be his guy that walks him into the ring on that floating little egg pod thing.
Well, apparently what they did with Hezbollah, and I can't find the video, but
I got to admit, I got a little bit like sort of weirded out because when we
Yeah,
had
he told
Eric
us like
the
Joe
actor,
C.
rest in peace, on our show, I always wanted to fly him with balloons. So of course, Hezbollah's handlers flew him with balloons.
Really?
And, yeah, they got Hezbollah to
He's
do it. But
17.
Hezbollah was freaking the fuck out. He was like not having it. But I watched the video. Hezbollah was flying with balloons. Here it is. And watch, he's going to freak out.
listen to his voice. That's his voice. Yeah, he's a dick. He's an absolute total dick. And yes, you're right. He was abusing his cat or something like that. And
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he's 21. I thought he was 17. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That changes everything.
Yeah.
It sounds more grown ass man than Beth's voice does. Put them together. We should put it side by side of their voices.
And then he's talking about these guys called the Island Boys and saying how that's another like crew of people. I don't know if you've ever seen them before. You must have. They are literally like 3 years late.
Oh, I've seen these cats on the.
I don't think there's gonna be a broke situation.
So this dude on
You ever see
Paul
birthday
Logan's
cake
show.
ice
That
cream?
is me.
Definitely flip their jewelry.
You ever see birthday cake ice cream, Monique? It's got like that's what their hair looks like.
Like funfetti?
Birthday cake. Yeah, funfetti birthday cake. ice
Look
cream.
at these two guys. They are so
That
vile.
wasn't like a hate shot. I don't need financial advice. When I probably make more money than you. But that was me being nice. It wasn't me being like an.
Just disgusting animals. Like really, just the most vile.
Wait, and what do they have to do
human
with the
beings.
midget?
Huh?
What do they have to do with the midget kid?
Oh, they have nothing to do with it other than Wolfie discovered them and wanted to share it with Howard.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then he had Rooster on, and of course he needed Rooster's thoughts on Bud Light, and Rooster says this.
Rooster, I haven't spoken to you in a real long
Yeah,
time.
where's Rooster been?
What's up? And what's on your mind? Make it quick, because I do have to go. Really have to go.
I will. I was going to talk about Bud Light, but screw him. I'd rather tell you that I made an Island Boy video on YouTube. Got over 6 million views.
What'd you want to say about Bud Light?
Yeah, he's still trying to push the Bud Light agenda. Okay, so this is Rooster, just in case anybody needed to know what he looked like, and this is him doing his Island Boy.
Oh, I'm an island boy. I'm an island boy doing what an island boy does. I'm an island boy.
I can't do it anymore.
So
like
true.
a
I had a
Muppet.
greenbacks. This gets 45 minutes, and Sour Shoes gets 45 seconds. If he's lucky. If he's lucky.
He looks like if Grimace from McDonald's shaved.
Andy Milonakis, that's a good one, Tonka. Remember that dude
Oh,
from the Kimmel
yes.
Show? Forgot about that guy.
Yeah, he's like that 40-year-old dude that pretended he was like 16.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know, but he was part of Kimmel's.
You know what? People found out he was a grown man, and it killed the whole thing.
Yeah, Chuck, I kind of agree. Fuck that little shit if he's hurting animals. I mean, he's off our list completely. Like, fuck him. Yeah.
He sounds like if Gollum's voice was speeded up.
Yes, he really does. It's kind of horrible. I just wanted to give everybody my Photoshop from today with
that's so
Howard and
good.
Robin. Yes.
He took
Howard-
Ozzy.
Howard looks like Ozzy. He really does.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Look at
Oh,
Robin
Jesus.
on the age-o-meter. I know, it's scary, right? Okay, just wanted to show
He'll
you
never
that.
look like that. He'll fight it every.
Yep.
So
every
I am
second,
going
every
to.
minute he'll be like that cat chick.
I'm going to skip over the girl calling in and saying how much she loved Howard's Letterman interview on Netflix because Howard didn't even remember he did a Netflix
please.
interview with Letterman. Like had
Do you
no
buy that
thoughts
he didn't
about
remember it, Monique? He's too
I do
cool
not.
to remember it.
I do not. However,
It wasn't
let's
good
go
at
to
all. It was very basic. It was very. It was just. It didn't need to be done. It was redundant. We've seen it 1,000 times. It was so unspectacular. We actually regretted doing a show on it. It was so unspectacular.
Yes,
I remember we were like, "Why did we do
very
that?"
uneventful. It was very uneventful.
The only
but,
thing I remember liking is that Letterman brought his kids up and he made him go into his kids in detail. That's the only thing I liked about it.
Yes. And I'm looking forward to watching the Letterman U2 thing, which is on, not on Apple. I think it's on Disney or something like that. Okay, so my last clip for this tonight is Robin's talking about Elon Musk and his childhood and stuff like that. And this was a great clip, though, so Howard says
This should be amazing.
Wow.
And
Hey,
doing
Gary,
some
I
of
would
that
like.
stuff.
Robin's making me very interested in Elon Musk. Maybe I should interview him. That's fascinating.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I should interview him because it's Elon Musk, and of course he wants to come on your show. Listen.
Yeah.
We've asked.
Oh, he says no?
We've asked a bunch of times, and we've reached out to him when he's promoting stuff. I mean, he's always promoting stuff.
But you know what it is? Guy's got so much money, he's probably, fuck it, I don't want to go
Plus, he'd probably say, well, if you want to talk to me, you have to talk to me in the middle of the night, or he's very eccentric.
Oh, is he? Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that. I ain't doing that for anybody. I don't care if
Oh,
you're
there you go.
Barbra
That's what I
Streisand.
There you go.
I don't know who's the
You
most famous.
paying
I don't care if
subscriber,
you
you heard it.
I don't care if you're Jesus. I'm not interviewing you.
Jesus, you wouldn't
Yeah, there
even
you
stop
go.
for Jesus,
No.
who could
Like
grant
Howard.
you a miracle and make you.
Yeah, so that's his excuse. If-
Josh Foster, I
It
agree.
has nothing
That's
to do with the
my
fact that
first
the
thought.
show is so irrelevant.
Is it possible he has no idea who Howard is, number one? Number two, Elon Musk is so tapped into internet idiosyncrasies that he knows how shitty listenership this show has, and there's nothing in it for him at all to waste his time.
Of course there's
If
nothing in it
time is
for
money.
him.
Right.
He's another one. He's like one of the most popular human beings in the world.
If
Elon would
anybody
totally
knows
call
how
out
irrelevant
Howard.
this show is, it's him, based on he knows everything about metrics and internet. Well, it's not worth. If time is money, this couldn't be less worth his time.
But can you imagine the balls of Howard to think, yeah, let's get him on.
Snap,
Yeah,
snap,
yeah.
chop,
Come on,
chop.
let's go.
And he has no idea if an attempt's been made. Like he's so oblivious to the
Elon,
efforts
have you
making the
have
book
you
his
seen
own show.
Did they give him a
Parts?
packet? Did they give him a pamphlet? A pamphlet.
I love that Gary's so defeated. Yeah, we've asked him a lot of times.
Yeah, there's nothing he can say. There's really
There's
nothing.
no passion at all behind
Nothing.
that. You're right.
Nothing at all.
It-
All right,
it
so then
also- you
he
threw
ended the
bananas at
show
him.
very lackluster, and
Cleaning out the computer.
so in honor of what's going on with Tucker Carlson, Johnny happened to give us a bunch of Tucker Carlson clips, which we'll get to, and we will get to OPRG. which
Yeah,
I-
today
I-
you
I
were on.
just-
You were on again today, Mooney. I, don't know
I
if you
just saw
realize.
the header on
You were
one
on
of them,
today.
and you made me laugh. But with that, he happened to find, or one of his, one of John's peoples happened to find a bunch of silly Mad Magazine
Oh yeah, this is Boff. Boff, give me this.
things. This is Artie Lang in Mad Magazine before Artie was with Howard. Worked as a longshoreman while he pursued an acting career. It was good training. As union rules dictated, he had to act real busy, actually not doing anything. From there, he went on to sketch and, improvisational comedy. Artie helped find the hot sketch comedy group Live on Tape. He lives in Union, New Jersey, and commutes to Mad TV in Los Angeles daily. He already has 4 million frequent flyer miles. Okay, so that's Artie.
This was Mad Magazine promoting Mad TV. That was
Interesting.
That's the original cast of Mad TV.
Radio personality Howard Stern, his nose, unretouched photo. So just wanted to send you a picture of the real Howard Stern to prove that my nose isn't as big as shown in your article. Mad visits a fat farm. How dare you print such exaggeration? I've been a fan of your magazine ever since you put me in the article. Howard Stern, WXRK Effect, WYSP, and WJFK. That's pretty much everywhere he was.
Even
That's it.
with Mad Magazine, it's all about the vanity. That's the thing that got him the most. Right
Yes.
now, you know why he has nose job.
Yes.
And this is good too. This
Mad Magazine predicted this 22 years ago. I must admit I was surprised by your film. I now find you charming. Really? Why? We'll tell you why. Instead of the fearless scumbag we came to see, we get a nice guy who now wants to be accepted by mainstream he used to dump on. We came to see lesbians and hot kinky sex, but this movie is so tame. The only people in this theater getting screwed are the fans. Wow.
that's so great. That's so prophetic.
That's pretty spot on.
Years old. That's so good.
Wow.
Thank you, Sailor. What's his name? Sailor Jasm and Boff, for digging that one up. He also has all the full issues, Monique, where he's ever shown. So I'll give you those if you want to go through them.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go to some Tucker. Let's see what we have here. Yes,
this is that big
paranoid
thing that
radio
hit.
host spews
Yeah.
irrational COVID fears. Yes, duh. Okay, so where do we want to start? I'm sorry, I didn't even ask you.
They're both. I have them chopped up into two 1-minute clips or whatever. They're both good. And this guy Jimmy Dore, who's this weird. I don't even know what you call him. He's like a fake progressive shock comedian who does a show, and he's a guest. And he makes a wig comment about Howard at the end. It's in the second one. So this is a rant. This is the thing he did, and he eviscerated Howard here. This got a lot of traction. Howard avoided it and never gave it any.
All right, here we go.
To be creative, but not anymore. Maybe it was the coronavirus that broke him. Maybe it was just hormonal changes with the middle age. He's now a coward. And his broadcast is about cowardice, amplifying his fears about corona over the air and attacking, more precisely, attacking anybody else who's decided to live life as a free person.
When are we going to stop putting up with the idiots in this
I edited
country
this one,
and
so
just
it'll-
say it's mandatory to get vaccinated? F them, f their freedom. I want my freedom to live. I want to get out of the house already. I want to go next door and play chess. I want to go take some pictures.
That's so funny from September of 2021.
This is a guy who's had every vax available, and he's still hiding in his basement because the vaccine works so well that he can't go out. Right. So when other people disagree, when Aaron Rodgers, for example, the athlete, decided to make his own medical decisions about the vaccine, Howard Stern was enraged. He said Rodgers should be kicked out of the NFL. Socializing is now off limits to Howard Stern. He scolded Oprah because she had the audacity to host, brace yourselves, a Christmas party.
And I'm really amazed by Oprah. I really am. I mean, on her Instagram, she likes to take you into.
Oh, wait. I'm amazed by this. Hold on. Is it in the next clip?
Yeah, I just kind of chopped it up because I it's like 7 minutes. I cut it down to 2.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Oprah's she's having dinner parties.
The guy was always a narcissist. Obviously, the show was about himself. But again, he had a spirit. He had bravery. But he's declined into this kind of quivering mass of neuroses and hatred. Hatred that has so overtaken him that he's decided that anyone who doesn't follow his commands should just go die. Listen, the government, you
took
don't
that out?
get health
Yeah,
care
it was
and
important.
you should die. So the bigger question is, how did this brave, creative guy become a tool, a craven tool of the powerful wishing death on his own listeners?
It's so cute that Tucker would go through this tirade about Howard. Like any of his people listen to Howard or care about Howard. Howard's so irrelevant.
Yeah, he's
that
giving
even-
him attention almost. Right?
Yeah, that he doesn't even need.
And
So, Jimmy, I'm not even attacking Howard Stern, whom I respect for his talents, which are real. But what is this that we're seeing?
I don't know. Is there anything creepier than a guy who looks like a hippie but talks like a Fed? Not for my money. But please,
that's good.
Can't we all?
I love when they use that classic
Howard
horrible
Stern.
picture.
Can't we? Doesn't anybody care about Howard Stern anymore? He's just a poor guy who wants to go outside and feel the breeze in his wig. That's all he wants to feel. So what is weird to me is now he went from being a bad boy to becoming Hillary Clinton's buddy. How do you do that? He's about as dangerous as a pair of plastic scissors. So what happened is the establishment gave him $400 million, and now he's the establishment. And so now instead of standing up to the oligarchy and standing up to the government and standing up to authoritarianism, now he's preaching it. And he's like a bully to get you to do things the government wants you to do. It's the opposite of freedom. It's the opposite of what comedy is supposed to be.
I have no idea who Jimmy. I've never seen this person.
He's
in my
like a
life.
fringe comedian. He has a YouTube show. He's pretty
That's a
popular
comedian?
in his own. Yeah, he did stand up.
Okay.
I don't know what his leanings are. He's supposed to be like progressive, but in an obtuse kind of way. But he goes on Fox News.
Yeah,
I don't know where he's coming from. I can't
well,
figure him out.
I
He
think
used
it's
to be
cute considering the fact that all this is Howard not wanting to work anymore. It's just so funny that people go.
Well, if they were going to bring it back today, then they could. Then it would be more
Yeah, but
obvious.
it's
But
like,
in
he's this, he's that.
2021,
dude, he doesn't want to go into to work anymore.
but in
He hasn't gone into work
2021,
for years now.
it's literally 23. Like seriously, get a fucking grip on yourself. Like
Right. That's 2 years.
Who?
but-
Howard?
Howard, yes, I'm
Howard
saying.
has a grip on himself. He's dude. You still not see that he just doesn't want to go into work anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It seems
actually, I mean,
kinda
we
obvious
said
to
that
me.
from day one. Actually, when we did the
Yeah,
Corona shows,
exactly.
we were from day
So
one. I'm
he's
like,
gonna
he
say
loves
whatever
this.
he
He was
needs
so
to say.
giddy when he heard about this. So giddy.
Absolutely.
He had people tipping him off about the COVID.
Yeah.
He loved it. You could just hear the giddiness in his voice.
It's
his
laziness.
dream is to stay
Thank
home.
you.
Yes,
100%.
all the time.
And guess what? He's gonna milk this until that last contract dies.
Yeah.
He will never go into a studio again unless it's one of these stupid.
Well, like the Miami
promos
thing.
things.
This will be
This
the.
was
You
the
know,
Might have
master
been written
plan.
into a contract.
This
Yeah.
is for the carbon footprint, Monique. This is why you get all this. This is the master plan. This was his dream to do this
But
all
he's-
along, and so acquire all
Howard
this
is
property.
not a liberal.
No, I
Howard
know he's
has
a liberal.
never
He's a
been a
liberal. I know.
liberal.
I know.
No, I'm
You'll hear
reading
that in
the
the
comments here. People are just you are falling for the okey doke with this guy. Come
He's
on.
a Learjet liberal.
He's an
who-
elitist
the-
snob who uses his hippie persona to like work people up. And so while everybody's arguing about that, he moves 10 feet from his bedroom to a Zoom studio desk, and
Yeah.
that's that.
Yes, how much complaining next week when Hollywood has to take that long limo ride down to Miami.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about this, and it's true. He's absolutely going to have to stay overnight somewhere because there's no way he's going to leave his home.
At 3 in the morning every night.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to take some time in the traffic and everything. He's not going to leave his home in the morning to go there, you know? He definitely will stay in a hotel. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Okay, now.
But the thing with
Yeah, I
Fox
know.
News, like that show, and they talk about it now, what kind of an audience it had, a massive ratings that show got. It wiped out all the MSNBCs and the CNNs around it because the right all gravitated towards that one show, and that audience listening to that rant. That's the worst. That's Howard's worst nightmare, right? It got so
Someone
much
has a
more
point
attention
right there.
his show will ever get.
What do you think of this, Mo?
What?
This comment.
You don't think he'll have... Oh, I like that.
Dennis said it's an hour and a half ride with traffic.
I like that.
I wonder if there is a... But no, because like the airport, the main airport for Miami is it's a good drive from there to South Beach. It's a
Yeah, but
long
there might be a
drive.
helipad on top of one of the big buildings there. Doesn't need to be at the airport.
I wouldn't be shocked if that's
It's
accurate.
the helipad, exactly. There's a
Yeah.
helipad on one of the
Yeah.
buildings. You know, it'd be interesting. I don't know. Yeah, thoughts and prayers to the hotel staff who have to deal with Beth and Howard. Will Beth go with him, though? Really?
Yes, without a doubt. The glamorous Miami. She thinks she's part of that whole scene. without
Anything
it.
to go
shopping on
somewhere.
South Beach,
Yep.
bro.
Yeah,
She'll
you're right.
totally be there.
Anything
Is that
to
where
go
her parents
somewhere.
live, Monique?
No, her parents
Her
live
parents
outside of
closer
Palm Beach.
to-
I think
Okay,
they're
I thought it was
closer to
closer.
her.
Okay.
It might be in like Jupiter or somewhere like that.
Yeah, I just realized this. You know how we talk about how Beth's parents are neocons?
Yes.
They're like Pittsburgh. Who do you think watched that rant that night?
Oh,
Beth's
you
parents.
think?
Yes, I know. Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah,
You know
I-
they saw that.
I remember him talking about it. I think Howard talked about it at some point, right?
Yes. He was
I mean-
he was innuendoing it. He was hinting at it, and you could just see what he was sniffing at. And it was enough of an implication that you could just tell that you were right about that assertion you had even before that.
Yeah, and I'm just going to throw this out there, Nancy. Nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about, and nor do we care. Okay, so get over yourself. All right. So next, Creeper Howard fawning over Tucker Anchor.
Yeah, Monique, I'm sorry. Last thing on this. Amish Space Force is a good point, too. And even Kimmel and they collect a lot of clips they watch Fox News all the time to collect clips to goof on Fox News.
Yes,
so
of course.
So everybody, all Howard's buddies saw that.
But
That's
Beth
what's even
has,
more embarrassing
but Beth has
about it.
no problem being on Fox and Friends in the morning.
Oh, I have a clip of that, too. Yeah, it's a good one. And Tucker's
Absolutely.
in it.
That famous clip of hers, Fox and Friends, with the puppy. and the
Oh my
assistant.
God. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest, and thank you for pushing her out. All right, Creeper Howard
Yeah.
fawning over Tucker's anchor. What is this?
So Tucker Carlson used to be on the morning show with Fox, and Howard watched it pretty regularly, and Beth was in rotation promoting her bullshit. And she was doing Tucker's show. So Howard ogling this creepy, I don't know why this is like okay. So he's bringing up creepy pictures of Tucker's co-anchor during this, and Gary's getting pictures of like her vagina getting out of the thing, and
Really?
they're looking at nipple. Oh yeah, it's the creepiest thing in the world.
What year is this?
And this is like maybe 10 years ago,
Okay.
8 years ago. And then at the end of it, he promotes Beth going on it.
Okay.
This is Tucker Carlson.
I'm watching Fox News over the weekend again with these hot chicks. It's unbelievable. There's a girl who, when it's not the girl from The View, looks like Elizabeth Hasselbeck. She's so fucking hot.
Pat
In
O'Brien.
the morning, she works with, what's that guy's name? Tucker Carlson.
Okay, might as well say her name.
What is it, JD?
Queefa?
Thank you, Jeremy.
And Kuiman.
Oh, Queeman?
Kuiman.
Oh, Queeman.
Kuiman.
I'm watching this Fox News and I go, Jesus Christ, look at her. She's wearing a mini skirt, high fucking heels, like high pump me, like fuck me pumps.
Uh-huh.
Her
That's
legs
the
are
same-
all oiled down and she's like cross-legged, but you can almost see her vagina.
Okay, what?
Isn't this why Roger Ailes and O'Reilly were fired? Taken off the network? Isn't this exactly what got them fired?
Yes.
Why is this okay?
Good for me and not for thee. You know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
works
yeah.
for fucking Howard. For some
It
reason,
goes
he
on.
always gets a pass.
Like it's like they put her in a chair dead center, to the
So
camera.
you're sitting there trying to get a glimpse.
Not an ounce of cellulite on her. She's a bleached blonde. You can tell she has dark hair, but it doesn't matter.
But she bleached it.
Which is even hotter because she just wants to look good. And she's clean. You can just tell she shaves her vagina, everything. She got big, giant tits, but like a perfect body.
Tell all that.
Because I'm a guy. Like, oh my God. I bet you every guy sitting here beating off to Fox News. They're so smart over there.
Howard, I'm looking at pictures of her online in a bikini. She's got like sick abs.
Listen to these
Can I ask you a favor? Do you a
Baba
favor?
Booey's a creepy.
Please print that out right this second. I need to see it.
He's got Gary printing pictures out of her to give to him. He's praising Fox News, how genius they are. To cut to what we see now. This is the real guy. This is what he used to watch left to his own devices.
Please, this is the same guy who spent a solid hour looking for Katy Perry's husband's penis online.
Yeah.
Saying that he couldn't find it anywhere. Okay, let's clip on Tucker.
Oh my God! Look at, is that her? Oh my God!
If you want, do you want to?
Who is this person so that we have a reference?
This is his co-host. I forget her name. He said in the beginning, it's very hard to hear. It was Tucker Carlson's co-anchor, and she's obviously the Fox look. You know the look, the
We know the
implants, the
look.
blonde. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
They all look the same.
If you want, do you want to?
Look at her body, Robin.
You want a picture of her getting out of a car and a crotch shot?
Yes, yes.
Why do you need to see that?
What? What kind of?
It's like a second skin. I'll bring
Who's
you one
fucking
more.
her? Like, what do you got?
One more. I'll bring you. She's on the news, but her nipples for some reason got hard during the broadcast.
It was probably
What
when
was
all
the story?
I know what it was when all the Republicans won the election. Coinman. Wow, that's so bright. That guy Roger Ailes, what a genius! Like he probably said, who's like the chick with the hardest abs we can find? Let's see if she can
Yeah,
read.
let's stop looking in these journalism schools.
Yeah.
And go to fitness
He's
school.
like, yeah, fuck that. Let's find a gym major. Turbo kick. This guy Roger Ailes, he goes, I don't waste my time looking for the next stand. Rather, I'm going to turbo kick classes.
I've had enough of this.
No, go to the end. Go to he brings
Yeah?
it back at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. Last like 10,
Oh
15
my!
seconds.
This guy, Jesus Christ! Wow, we. Speaking of hot chicks, I do want to mention my wife is. She's promoting this children's book she wrote, which, by the way, I really do hope it sells tons because every dime will go to this North Shore Animal League, and then they can finish building this facility.
It's a great book. It's such a good story.
It's a fun little story
yes,
about
yes,
something
yes,
true that happened in our home, and
So
Yes,
talking about vagina
And then right
how,
to that on
yeah.
Tucker Carlson.
And
The
then
audacity.
buy my wife's book.
This is the same guy. It's crazy.
Disgusting animal. Disgraziad.
Wasn't
Okay.
it the book where her love
growth continues,
healed
right, John?
her love healed the cat's heart?
Yes.
But then the
yes,
cat
of course.
croaked anyway.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. All right, this is what we're ending our lovely show with. And of course, Johnny, once again, being the RadioGunk doppelganger. Your last one was so funny. I looked at it and I just started laughing. And I'm like,
The second one? Okay,
fuck's
yeah. that was-
sake.
He really thinks I'm you in this one. The first one, it's like, why would Monique care about, how would you know about, so we had this thing last night about how Howard's comparison to people who should hang it up, get off the stage, and we brought up sports, and I was thinking about it this morning, I hadn't gotten to bed yet, and I think the best example is Shaquille O'Neal in his last days when he played for Cleveland, but he also played for Boston, and that, I think, is the perfect comparison.
Yeah,
to
you're
Howard.
right.
Yeah.
Didn't he end his career with Boston?
He ended his career with the Celtics, yeah. He was like 40.
See, this is how you know this is never something I would ever ask in a
I know, and then you go to something you would ask.
which makes me chuckle so much when I see this shit. All right, here we go.
We had a question for you on RadioGunk last night. What's worse, 2023 Howard Stern or Shaquille O'Neal on the Celtics?
He loves your
I forgot
questions.
Shaquille O'Neal. I think he finished his career with the Celtics, right?
I have to
After did I nail? And I got something on this, believe it or not, RadioGunk. So I was in the car driving out here late Sunday night. Actually, so they have two Howard Stern channels on SiriusXM. Like I've said recently, I've taken a peek here and there. I'm not a regular listener, so I'm listening to him. I'm getting to your.
I'm really going to make a point of meeting him this summer.
Oh,
when
that'd
I
be
get
great.
back to New
Oh,
York.
that'd be last. So I'm listening to Howard Stern on Howard 100. That's the current Howard. He talks slower. His teeth are a little loose. He's paranoid as all hell. He's breaking down and looking like such a fool. He sounds like a madman. So then I turned to Howard 101, which I guess plays clips or older shows.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah, I have 2 on this. I pick it up I just edited it.
Took a long way to get there. I understand RadioGunk. Then I went to 101, and it was a young Howard. Jackie was still on the show, and Howard was talking as fast as I am right now. And he was confident and shock jockey and giving no cares in the world, but his rhythm and his voice was like
What the
like he was
hell
sharp as
are
a
we
tack.
watching?
And I'm like, wait a minute. I really didn't notice that there was this much of a drop off. So then I went back to a 100 and I hear, and anyway, we celebrated my mom's birthday and everyone had masks on and they had to eat cake even though they had masks on. And then I go to 101. And he's taking shots at everybody, taking the piss out of everything. And I said to myself at that moment, like, oh my God, pay attention.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
He's talking about, remember we had Chad on? And Chad said he hadn't listened to Howard in years, and he turned in and he hears the fucking, my mom. And so the dichotomy, the comparison of what he was when you liked him is on 101, and he's going back and forth to the 2 stations to prove how slow he's gotten with the chiclet teeth and the bad delivery now. And he's comparing, that's what he's...
Pay attention to your rhythm and your energy. Answer your question. I mean, Shaquille O'Neal on the Celtics was horrendously bad. So I know you wanted me to say how.
All right, I got to go to the next one because it was just so stupid. I didn't even go with him, but this is so fucking funny that you would ask it. You're just the most ridiculous human being in the world.
This is where that came from.
You're killing me.
They just want they need every radio to be on at this point. They just need that.
Oh my God.
RadioGunk again. Oh, I forgot. I went to Pat Benatar concert last night. My husband knows her and got me backstage. She said to say hello to you, and she's a big fan. She's from Lindenhurst. I didn't realize. And
you gotta be kidding.
Yeah, Pat Benatar, I think, from Long Island, and then Joan Jett, right? I never met either one of those people. I don't even know if it's telling the truth. It couldn't possibly be true. Who knows? Howard had. I don't even know.
Look,
if
I slip in here at the end. He looks like, look at this next one. Pause for.
How did you guys in 2002 miss Beth Stern's father, Dr. Bob Ostrowski, oral surgeon, was on house arrest for medical fraud? He was siphoning off Medicare, charging 5 times for 1 teeth cleaning. True story.
Allergies.
They were after Emily and Deborah, and they missed this.
Oh, wow. Geez. Wow. I don't know anything about that RadioGunk.
Wow, geez.
I don't know.
Wow, geez. Oh, geez. Oh, wow. Oh, geez. Oh, you are just so fucking funny.
Identity theft.
John, you are just
wow.
the most
Hey.
brilliant. Yes.
I had this thought. Could you imagine? Thank you. Could you imagine Howard doing anything like that on any level?
No.
Give Opie. Say what you will about Opie and Anthony. Anthony's playing fucking Call of Duty with his fans last night. Could you imagine Howard doing anything like that? Just blindly taking questions like that on give him credit.
Now that since you mentioned his voice and stuff, if you had to describe Howard's career and his voice, it's the equivalent of taking a record that's at 33, playing it at 45, then unplugging it. So it goes.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yes, Brizzo. Yes. Okay.
She thinks Monique's
it
asking
doesn't
questions.
matter. It doesn't matter that I was on his show with him, and John was asking questions
while she's on, right? And you clearly explained to him that I was in there in the beginning.
But he doesn't. You know what? The truth is, John, you are so brilliant at this, and you are quite possibly one of the few things on his show that spurs him into conversation about other stuff.
It's a waste to not use him when he's sitting there taking blind questions like that. And he'll answer them.
And he will answer them all. He just
stir it up.
Yeah.
Right? Why not? I mean, this stuff never got. I had all these regrets that he never got to field stuff like that, and so it's a waste to not use it.
Opie answers RadioGunk questions with an erection. Absolutely. You really make his day. You do.
Well,
And he comments about it on Twitter all the time.
Yeah, tomorrow, what is it? Two Masters said it. Tomorrow, Monique's going to ask him about Hakeem Olajuwon on the Raptors. That'll be tomorrow. Monique, you know a lot about the NBA.
Oh, my God. It's just...
That's so funny.
Arm is the Billy West of RadioGunk. He really is.
Great compliment.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant, John. Thank you for that.
I can't wait for next week when he asks about Clive Drexler.
Yeah, Opie's not the brightest bulb, but I am promising you all that I am going to make the New York experience better for all of you when it has to do with anything Stern related.
You guys should do a walking video together.
Oh my God, I would definitely do that with him.
Through New York.
I will do that.
And hit all the spots. Go right to West 67th and Columbus and sit there. Just stay there.
Okay, I'm kind of going to go with Opie's probably not going to want to just sit in front of Howard's building with me.
He used to live. Oh, he still does. I think his place is like right around the corner from that.
No. He's on the West Side Highway. He's in one of the old Trump buildings that they took the name off of.
He's on like West End Avenue.
He's on West End. Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So yeah, he's not going to want to do that. And quite frankly, what am I going to do sitting?
Well, that
there?
was his video. That's what he used to do on YouTube.
But he'd walk around.
Videos.
He's not just going to sit there. But yeah, I would definitely walk around with him. I would definitely do a West Side thing with Opie. We'll see if he wants to do it. I'll do it with him. I think it'll be fun. I'll see KC. I'll do something. Who else did I want to meet up with in the city? Oh, Tim. I owe him like dinner. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll be fun. We can call it Mopey. Yes, that's...
Yeah.
Mopey. That's amazing.
I would go down to Squabble Lane, but John has already very effectively handled that, and you've all seen how far we can get there.
And I think at this point there's probably restraining...
I think there's cameras at the mailboxes.
He kind of poses like an Uber driver or something, and like get the wrong address.
Hello,
and,
I will take you to Squabble Lane.
Oh, hi, David. Where the hell have you been?
Oh, I
Jesus
know.
Christ.
He said it was coming.
What's going on with you? Mopey in the morning. All right, guys. So that's all we have for tonight. Tomorrow is James Corden. Nothing will be happening with that show. I'm going to apologize in advance for getting into any politics whatsoever tonight. It is not really who we are on this show. So, don't hold it against us. It's, sometimes if something is being documented all over the place, of course, we can talk about it a little bit. Yes, it happens. So, okay, don't make that indicative of what the show is, because it's not.
Isn't this literally like show 1000 for like RadioGunk?
Yes.
And at this point, like we've talked less politics than just about anybody.
Pretty much anyone. That's exactly true.
Even like Looney Tunes have talked more freaking politics than we do.
Yeah, well, because you know what? I don't really care. It's not something
Nobody cares. It's boring.
I don't want to engage with people on the chat about it and anything like that. I just want it to be a fun show about stupid stuff. So that's where we'll keep it. Okay. So guys,
literally 1,000 shows, people.
Yeah, I know. All right, so listen, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the little subscribe thingy. And if you do get a chance and you listen to our podcasts on Apple or any of the stupid podcasting things, make sure to give us a thumbs up on there and a like. And listen, I don't want either of them. I think that Biden's way too fucking old, but that's a whole different story. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to get started. I'm not going to get started. I'm not going to get started. I'm not doing it. I see you, Sam V. I am not allowing you.
Knock it off, assholes.
They're good. 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 They are very good. They're good. 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 They're good. They're good. They're good. They're good.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.
They're good. They're good. They're good. They're good.